Happy Monday, or whatever day you are watching this show on. Welcome to a very special episode here on Zeducation, the very first interview here on the main channel. Very first podcast episode ever posted here. And today, in the first interview, I'm interviewing my brother, Deev. There are two people that make me laugh harder than anything in this world, and it's Deev and Daniel. And on the episode you are about to watch, the three of us laugh harder than I've laughed in a while. So while this isn't the normal content here on the channel, you will be laughing quite a bit, I assure you. That all being said, it's a bittersweet day. As some of you already may know, Deev is moving on to the next chapter, which does not include YouTube. So he is moving out of Minnesota, as you will find out here in today's show. And I just kind of wanted to give him a farewell, because without Deev, Zeducation doesn't exist. And many of you may know that by reading the book. Many of you may know that by the work he has done behind the scenes to build the channel that you guys all watch today. I wanted to give him the opportunity to share a little bit about his story, pre-social media, how it came to be, how he helped his education, his own channel, all of that stuff. And because I think you guys will really enjoy it. We have a jam-packed episode today.
Sorry, that's the worst thing you've ever said.
Well, this is breaking news to me. I haven't heard anything about this.
Quick story time.
I had that freaking near fatal collapse.
You didn't.
Folks, welcome to today's special episode. Today is a bittersweet episode. It's Deev's last podcast. And, well, you know, maybe you'll be on in the future again, but Deev is moving on to bigger and better things. Finally had to fire him. Before we get more into that, today I want to kind of just have Deev as our first official guest. Going forward, we might do more of this, especially if you guys like it. Hopefully get some guests on the show and put this on the main channel, the main Zeducation channel, instead of having a whole separate channel for it. But so if you guys like this, you'll have to let me know what you think. And I know that a lot of you watched Deev's channel. A lot of you guys read the book. So a lot of you guys, you've been worried about where Deev is at. So Deev, you last uploaded in February. And if you don't watch the Deev channel, you have, what, 180,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
So you've been doing that for a while now.
Dude, quite a while. Started off as meme lods.
And we'll get more into that.
All right.
Because I want to kind of go through how we got into this and some other side tangents. I mean, you have a lot of fun stories about the social media stuff that this crazy ride that we've all been on together for, like, you know, the last, really going back to kind of 2014, 15 time frame.
Yeah.
Before Zeducation even started in 2018. And I kind of want to go through that history, through the Zeducation and the Deev stuff, where you're going next. So again, one of the biggest comments I've seen on all of my videos recently is like, where's Deev? What's happening to Deev? Did you finally fire him? So what's going on? Where are you going next? What's the next chapter?
Where I'm going next, West Texas. Wife's family lives out there, and they've been trying to get us out there for years. And I'm like, dude, no way in hell am I moving to West Texas. Because I lived out in Dickinson, North Dakota for 3-4 years. You guys helped me move, so you know what it was like.
So we're going to get to that, because I want to share some of our favorite Deev stories. And we have a couple of, and I was thinking about the Deev stories because I was helping this guy move yesterday. And we'll get to that in a second. But you guys lived in Dickinson.
And it was essentially the oil boom happened, you know, and that's what built Dickinson.
2014?
Moved out there right when the election happened in it was right before the election, because I guess it was 2015 and then 2016, because I was working at the hospital then, and I didn't start the hospital until like the fall of 2015. So, because I remember sitting in it was a kidney dialysis room, dude. It was where people went to go hide out. It was like when you were cleaning,
like coworkers went to go hide out.
Yeah, because there was only a few people had the key to get in. So we would go hide out in there. And like on NFL Sundays, I'd work weekends and go hide out and watch football. I'd crank all my work out. So the election night, I remember sitting in there, dude, and but anyway. Like,
hey, whoever just hired you, this is who you're hiring. This guy right here. This is why I had to fire him.
But so I'm like, dude, there's no way. I mean, Midland, Odessa, there's Big Spring, Lubbock is a little bit more north of it, but that whole area is so much different than West North Dakota. So went down there in was about a week and a half ago. I flew down because I was like, I only really had one shot to like kind of get this job. And if I didn't do it then, I would have had to wait till the middle of August. So I was like, dude, I'll be on a plane. And he's like, dude, we'll set you up. We got you covered. Just get down here. I was like, okay. Get down there. Dude, wound up putting a 12-hour day in the one day.
So you were down there working, kind of a test trial day.
Yeah.
See, can this guy handle it?
Yeah. It was all jokes and good times. But overall, yeah, we were sitting there, started at Cracker Barrel. And then it was just all working with the guys till about 7 o'clock. So
what? How long have you been looking for a job? And I guess we should also say, why too. Zeducation is not done, but at some point, Zeducation will be hopefully videos like this, podcasts like this, along with the Sunday videos, and that's probably about it. Because I've got some other stuff that I'm working on too. But we've known that this time is coming. We've known that we have been very fortunate and blessed to have our platforms, but we knew it wasn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
And that time, unfortunately, has come to kind of, start planning for other stuff. So you've been looking for quite a while, right?
Yeah. And to go back, because we were ripping, dude. The channel was flying. And without getting
your channel?
Dude, yeah, it was on the Parabolic Run. It started it. And
your channel was on fire.
And without going into detail, I will just kind of say there was a period where videos just didn't get posted. And I'm not going to say what. Yeah. But then after that, the algorithm completely kind of went, screw you. And videos kind of dropped a little bit. And then it was that February 1st area was where some guy copyrighted. We didn't really know how to prepare for it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of on me. I should have known that process a lot better, but because everything is, we both do reaction channels. You are legally allowed to do that. You're not playing someone else's music or, stuff like that. So what he did was completely wrong. And yeah, the way we handled it wasn't great, but it pretty much killed your channel.
It did. And it was just that slow trickle effect, dude. That was just slowly dying. That's where the last one was in February. So I would say since last July, things are just kind of, the end was a lot sooner than I expected to end, but not just like that, it was like instant. So looking,
hold on, wait a second. I forgot to say, have you showed your face yet?
Just now. I'm over here sweating, dude, like trying to make sure that I don't forget to push you guys' faces.
Well, this is
nerve-wracking.
This is hilarious because hold on, stop. For anyone watching, and if you watch the old podcast, Daniel's the new producer going forward. So when we do these shows and we have other guests in the future, Daniel's the guy. Daniel's the new
dude.
Deev.
I'm sweating. Like my hands are sweaty. Like I'm slimy. This is horrible.
I'm nervous, dude. I'm nervous. Oh no,
dude. Well, bring it, because when Daniel came in, we were doing the podcast, dude. That was where things were like, dude, this is. Everything was going so well, dude. So on so many different angles, it was firing on all cylinders. And
just
then
the company as a whole.
The company as a whole. We were bringing people on. We were doing we were kicking ass, man.
Dude, remember we were like scoring higher in the podcast list than like Dan Magino and those guys.
Our podcast was highly ranked. Yes,
the growth was just exponential.
And at that time too, and I didn't realize like how we were getting invited onto some big shows, the Babylon Bee, what are the Drinking Bros podcast, and there's a couple of other podcasts, but yeah, I feel like it was not just us though. I feel like that was the heyday of YouTube and podcasting because everyone was at home during COVID. Yeah. Everyone was watching, looking to be entertained and distracted. So if you started a show during that time, things probably went really well.
Yeah.
At that time too, though, like we were pushing the envelope. I mean, we were getting risky,
Yes. And that's our show got demonetized with. We were talking about COVID or Epstein or something like that.
Yeah, Ghislaine.
I think we were talking about
video.
That got demonetized, right. And every video after that was it got killed.
And then, then AI kind of
now that's where we're at now. We are at content saturation. People are just sick of being entertained. I feel like, and I feel like that personally too. When I'm watching stuff or looking at streaming apps, YouTube, I'm like, ugh. do I really want? I've been watching this for how long now? Like this, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to be on social media anymore. You know, I think a lot of people feel that fatigue, especially with AI. The content saturation, you can't tell what's real or not. Everything now, like I just saw a video yesterday. Do you guys remember the Harlem Shake and planking?
Yeah.
And when like there was trends and people loved the internet, it was kind of, some of it was stupid, but it was also kind of fun. We were all in on these jokes together. And now it's just people talking and sharing their opinions that no one asked for, right? So it's like,
I hate the internet now.
I hate it.
I truly hate it.
It's not fun anymore.
It's not fun anymore.
No, it sucks.
It bothers. All the AI is what really has killed it for me.
Yeah.
You know, on a lot of that social media is just, and it's a lot of scams out there now too. Dude. You know, a lot of disinformation. I mean, the disinformation is already bad enough coming from human beings talking about it and willing to put their face in front of it. But wait a minute, we're getting off track here.
Let's get off track.
We're getting off track.
But no, you're right though. You make a great point. I think, and my point here is, I mean, Zeducation is still doing well, but I think just people in general are ready to kind of move on to another chapter in social media, in the social media world, and the internet in general.
Yeah.
I'm the producer, back on track.
Yeah. Come on now. Man, we're supposed to be interviewing Deev here.
This is your moment.
Yeah.
A lot of things have changed though. Like, so for instance, on YouTube, it was heavily subscriber based. So getting subscribers, people, when you went to the homepage, you saw who you were subscribed to.
Yes.
Dude, there's people that I'm subscribed to. I haven't seen their videos in months.
YouTube has, I think you sent me a post. They have come out and said that your subscribers really don't matter anymore. And I think I just texted this to Megan because I was talking to her about Zeducation content going forward. And I just said, it seems like content is almost back to who creates the best clickbait now. Yeah. It's not the best content. And the problem with that, it's clickbait, obviously, but clickbait is so good now because everyone can optimize with AI. Yep. Everyone can optimize their thumbnails, their titles, and it's the saturation. It's too much. It's insane.
It is.
So
I would, and on that, I would put that I found myself doing just recently is doing the 10-minute podcasts. You know how they like
the clips?
The ones that will pull you in, right? And they're pulling you in to watch the whole podcast.
Oh, the clips.
And it will give me, the clips, yeah. But the 10-minute one where they like get into the conversation and you're like, I'm like, oh, I learned enough. I'm out of here. Yeah. You know, I'm almost doing like the headline news. I'm only reading the headlines, but I'm not getting into the weeds of what's really going on.
And it takes a lot for me to go into a podcast. Like, dude, it's Tim Dillon. That's about the only guy I watch religiously.
Got your AJ shirt on.
Dude, okay, just on, like, that's where you got to respect. There's two guys, I was thinking of this on the way here. It's Rush and AJ are in a class of their own. Just sort of guys that can speak for hours, no teleprompter. When AJ started, dude.
No filler words at all.
Dude, no
not
filler
words.
Not
a single, none of that.
No.
Just goes. It's insane.
And when he was at his biggest, when AJ was at, and even Rush, dude, they didn't have, because even Rush, I don't think he had a lot of producers behind him. It was like him, his computer, and the gold mic. AJ, when he was at his peak, he's like, yeah, I was just in a bedroom upstairs. And I was syndicated on 129 radio stations.
Rush flipped me. He, but you remember he always was like shuffling his papers. You could hear his papers like ruffling in the background, his notes and that. I love that stuff.
But you got to respect those guys. They've evolved with the time. I mean.
Yeah. It takes a special person to be able to do that, honestly.
Yeah.
So, dude, there's one question that people always ask me, especially when they, well, first off, I got to share this story. I don't know if I shared this story with you. I might have told you this, but for some reason recently, like I've been stopped in public a few different times. And recently I went to the library and Miss Sue, if you're watching this, I have a book coming for you, but I was getting my girls a library card. We're going to check out books. And she's like, I know who you are. And I was like, oh yeah, how do you know who I am? YouTube. And I was like, oh yeah, happy you watched, and how long have you watched? And we just kind of talking. And she's like, I have to admit though, I like your brother's channel more. I was like, he's going to love to hear that. I was like, he is going to love to hear that. But anyways, people always ask me, dude, they always say, people who've read the book, and we don't have to get into too much detail if you don't want to, but, and one thing I want to lead to is this question is like, everyone always asks, I think I've been asked 10 times, dude, how did you turn out so like, all right? How did it turn out okay? Because dude, you were in
Oh yeah.
You know, none of this happens without Deev, you know, from if you've read the book. And after that, like the kind of the aftermath of everything with our family, like, dude, you're in a bad spot, right? I mean, it's not a secret. Dude. So I guess if you want to talk about that a little bit, I think it'd be awesome for people to hear. You know, they watch there's kind of an irony, right, where this traumatic thing in our life this became kind of an outlet for that, and it's humor. So, and there's an irony there, trying to make people laugh when it's like, you know, some bad stuff happens. But bad stuff happens to everyone, but
that's
it's tough to get over that stuff, right? And you did. And people always ask me that. They're like, how did he make it through, man? How is he not like totally messed up, or, you know, especially after the bottom he went to.
Dude, because I get comments on that too. Like, dude, how'd you like quit using stuff? I'm like,
I have an answer. My answer. I tell people, but you go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is going to sound really like unsympathetic. And like, that's why when I ever hear anyone talk about sympathy for like addiction and stuff like that, it's like, dude, you have one choice and it's only that person that can make it. If you want to sit there and ask help from everyone else around you, well, dude, you're never going to get better. So it was like, dude, if this doesn't change around, man, I'm screwed. And then it's like, dude, is this a life you want to live, I guess? I mean, it's like, I mean, it's fun. I mean, I was pretty good at it.
Well, so I guess the thing that I tell people is, for me, at least when I saw was like, oh, he might be okay, was when you started dating your wife.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, well, because it's like, again, do you want to live just for the weekend? I mean, it's fun. I mean, but it doesn't give you anything like long-term outlook. You're like, well, we got bingo Friday night, dude. We're going to go out after. We're going to do this. So just the outlook on life, there's nothing there. So like, if there's anyone struggling, like, I hate saying it because it might be unsympathetic, but like, change your friends. I mean, that's
great advice.
Not saying you got to stay away from forever, but some people don't understand. Some people are different.
Yeah.
Like, dude, step away from everything. I know they always tell you don't change places. They're like, regional relocation isn't the best. But, dude, some of that was probably the best thing of moving out to Dickinson, too, is like, I mean, I changed.
Getting away from those friends?
Well, I had good friends up in TRF. But overall, like, because going up there, too, meeting a whole new group of friends, new people. Because there's some stigma. There's like that mental breakthrough too, like, dude, if I go out, everyone's gonna sit there and be like, "You're all right, man," and it's like, just shut up, dude. You know.
How long were you married before you moved out to Dickinson?
We weren't.
You weren't?
No. So,
dude, yeah, you're gonna get him in trouble, dude.
No, well, that's right.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But the thing I was just thinking about and listening to you is one of the strongest things for our relationship, like my marriage, was I was in the military and we lived out in North Carolina and had to struggle out there by ourselves. No family, no support around us.
Dude, it helps.
You know, and creating new friends and, you know, but that helped kind of solidify everything.
I agree with you 100%. That for us too is going out there is like, dude, you're alone. You get to know each other like through and through the good and the bad. But it like, dude, it helped a lot for us because I know it was that full time to truly get to know each other.
There's so many things that I want to bring up as you talk about this stuff, but while we're on the serious thing about your friends, one thing that you have said is, and I guess that I've noticed too, is that some of those old friends on the battle days, you know, on the
war stories,
they quickly did not become. You realize quickly that they were not good friends.
Yeah,
when you tried to make changes better, right? And it was like, oh, I don't screw Deev, right?
Well, I wouldn't say they ever did that, but it was just
you have a friend that you try to reach out occasionally and never responds. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and that I think that was a part too, because some of the friends were like, dude, I had no idea you were going through that stuff. I'm like, well, dude, I'm not going to post it on Facebook. I mean, I don't know if you want that, but you did, like, I don't know. That's the best thing too, is like, as you get older, anyone in your 20s, dude, that is probably the best and worst time is when you're in your early to mid 20s, because dude, life is like, so much is happening, so much is going on, but yet I don't even know how to explain it. But dude, your early 20s is like the best and worst days, man.
Yeah. Well, like you said, well, I'm not going to sit here and air that kind of stuff out, but in some form, and this is why I wrote the book, is, you know, people go through stuff, right? And and when they say, oh, wow, this guy here, this Deev seems like he's got it all together, went through that, that's crazy, because I'm going through something similar, right? So that's why I do at some point, in like, you know, church small groups or whatever.
Yeah, you got to have a good
It's
foundation.
yeah, it's good to share those things because they're relatable.
That's the nice thing about church. You have a group of people you can like talk about that stuff too. But I still don't have nothing together, dude. Like, well, still figuring life out, man. Like,
that's everyone, right? But
yeah.
At least, but you're not in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah,
you're not.
You've been close, but it hasn't happened
Dude,
yet.
it's so dark.
I've been close, dude. So hold on.
Well, brother, the good news is he's not in a ditch somewhere.
Dude, well, I was worried about you there for a while. When you were in Colorado, let's go. Okay, so before we get, I want to come back to Dickinson so we can share the moving story.
Yeah.
And then kind of go through there. But so let's start the Colorado days.
Oh, dude.
So I'm in Okinawa. So at that
I
time,
don't think I really talked to you.
hardly at all because I was doing my own thing there and barely. I think mom called me like once a week at 9 p.m. on a Saturday or something. So the time zones matched up. Yeah, dude. I didn't have a smartphone. I don't even think I had Facebook. I had nothing, dude. I was completely detached from the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I barely talked to you, but I want you to share the tree story, and then maybe was there like a rock bottom out there that you can think of or you want to share? That I don't know.
Well, they're just the war stories. I mean, dude, it was. Every night we were just like whatever party we'd go to, and it wasn't just like drinking and smoking the devil's lettuce. Like, dude, all of a sudden, I didn't know what a farm party was.
Never heard of it.
PH.
Oh,
farm.
PH farm.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway,
you learned that out there when you moved out there.
Yeah, and like I won't go into too many details because it wasn't necessarily the rock bottom, but that's where the going down to the Marianas Trench happened. We were starting the decline.
It wasn't my rock bottom, but
submarine.
I was going
yet.
in the sub, dude.
Yeah,
and it wasn't imploded yet, but.
But Matt, dude, a lot of really great people out there. A lot of hippies, like Tree, for instance.
That story is so funny,
dude. Yeah, just guy.
I'm pretty sure I told you. Someone commented, said,
yes.
I think I met Tree.
Wildest dude I've ever met in my life. Like I've met some wild dudes, but this guy.
You should tell that story.
And the wildest part, dude. Before we start, this guy didn't drink and didn't do drugs or nothing.
Didn't do drugs?
Didn't do drugs. He probably did.
That can't be true.
I think he probably did, and then got stuck, like mentally, because sometimes that happens. Yeah. And dude, he showed up at the house, was like, yeah, I saw this girl's name on a napkin, and I had a sign that I had to come knock on your door. Dude had a dog that had sticks growing out of it because it was just so, and he's like, dude, yeah, we got to get going, man. And I was like, well, dude, you want anything to eat before we go? And
hold on. So you're just sitting there. You hear a knock at your door, and this guy appears.
He's just
out of nowhere. Never met him before.
Yeah, homeless, so he's pretty tattered, but younger homeless. So he wasn't like, because I think he was like probably 22, 23.
About the same age as you then.
Yeah, but he never really told us his age. He didn't have an age. He's just living life.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Doesn't have a name, doesn't have an age.
Nope. Just, what's your name? Tree. And so we had to go into town. He's like, yeah, and dude, right when he showed up, as we were going into town, got a call. The old girlfriend was in the hospital for something. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, dude, the bus isn't going to be here for like an hour. No, dude, we're good, man. Watch this. Dude, we go to the exit, and he just throws his thumb out. Dude, third car stops. And the guy's like, dude, I never stop, but you're lucky, man. I broke my arm and feeling pretty good today. So you're the first hitchhikers I've ever picked up. All right, we're going into town. And if you've ever been through, not Avon, but Vale, they have these trees, and they're not cherry trees, but they have these berries on them. Dude, he's just reaching up, eating them. Like, dude, how do you not know that thing isn't poisonous? Well, I don't know, man. I haven't been sick yet. And we go into the hospital.
Got the diarrhea a little bit, but
dude, and they're like, this guy's just walking right back without even knowing where the room is or nothing. And sir, you got to get out of here. There's no dogs. Okay, sounds good. Just super nice. And all of a sudden, I'm back there. I'm like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, dude, he comes in from the emergency ambulance, where the ambulance just walks in through this door.
He broke into the hospital.
Yeah, and he's like, "We're here to get you out." And
to your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. And as we're walking home too, he's like, "Yeah, if you ever need skis, I always put mine right up there about 50 yards. Anybody's allowed to use them. I just ask if you put them back." Like, dude, the most. But
awesome.
Did those stay there forever?
I have no. I'm assuming I've never saw them.
Oh,
But
I hope he didn't get robbed, but it would have been a nice lesson to him. Like, you can't just be blindly trusting all these.
Yeah, and dude, this guy, he lived life off signs. We got to know him pretty good because he would just come over. We'd always feed him. So he started just kind of like, you feed a stray cat, they keep coming. And dude, he just kept coming over. We'd always give him food, always give him, but he would always sit on the wall because he thought the TV was like, we thought conspiracies, like this is before even like conspiracies were really viral. He's like, dude, that it just poisons your brain, man.
Well,
he's right, but
he's right in a way.
So he always sat, the TV was on one wall. He would always sit on that wall and face us as we were all watching TV, dude. And it was
so, hold on, let me just get this picture here, dude. You guys are out in Vail and you're just hanging out with a homeless guy.
Dude, yeah, he was always over
to feed off you.
Yeah. And we had a 4-bedroom place and we only used one room. And we were always like, dude, you want to stay? No, I don't. I'd rather stay in nature. Like,
so he would sleep outside?
Yeah.
In the wintertime too?
In the wintertime. In shorts, dude.
What?
Yeah. And he said, like, yeah, dude, people have bought me like really expensive hotels. Yeah, they put me up there before. People buy me shoes. Like, dude, you just ask and you'll receive, man. Like, and then one day, as we got to know him, I'm like, dude, so you go all off signs. If you got a sign to move to Florida.
He lives his entire life off of signs.
Yeah.
Is he a religious guy? Like, does he, or what's?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, very much, dude, about as granola as you get.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm like, dude, so if you got a sign to move to Florida, and his eyes, dude, it's like when you tell someone some very catastrophic news and you see the blood rush out of their face and the eyes just almost pupils dilate down to a pin needle. And it's like, he's just like, dude, I had a dream of oranges last night. And, dude, the guy showed up a few days later with a box from the food shelf. And he's like, I thank you guys so much. Had 2 other dudes that were driving down to Florida. So they all came up and it was the food shelf, the freaking canned cranberries. And
he goes to Ruby's pantry.
Yeah.
Gets all the expired stuff.
Just, dude, we never even ate it.
Here's some canned beets.
Yeah. Just disgusting stuff.
It's the thought that counts.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, then he left. Never saw him again.
I wonder if he's out there, man. Someone commented, I wish I had it. Someone commented and said that they thought they met Tree.
You would know if you met him, dude. Real nice, one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
So like, he's probably mid-30s now.
Yeah,
mid-30s. Yeah, maybe he's a JP Morgan exec now. Who knows?
Dude, seriously, I mean, some tech bro just that built something crazy.
He was just out there to write a book.
Yeah,
he was like an undercover journalist.
Yeah, like the billionaires do, just play homeless for a couple days out in San Fran.
Yeah, yeah. So you end up moving back, and at this time, that's when you move up to TRF, right?
Yeah, I went back, kind of got my life figured out just a little bit. It took about a year, but figured it out. And when I kind of got I was working for this guy, dude, selling rocks. And
selling rocks?
So what he would do, those garden rocks, where you chop the rock a little bit, give it a flat face, and then
yeah, big boulders and stuff.
Dude, and
how have I not heard about this job?
This guy was insane, dude. Like, it was a Craigslist job, and that's all I should ever have to say of this job. And
wait, did he saw them, or did he like break them with the axe?
He bought them already with the face on it. So the face was already soft, and then we had these like foam templates that we'd stick onto it, and then go into a sandblasting room, sandblast it so it was engraved, and then we would spray paint it black or paint it black. So then it'd be like, oh, grandma's garden. Or,
okay, yep.
And then we do custom stuff.
How did I never hear about this job?
Dude, this guy was wild.
Hold on. Can I just take a pause? For any of you that don't know Deev or have never watched the show, this guy's had like a million different jobs, like the weirdest jobs.
Yeah.
Like a very wide range of jobs.
Dude, yeah. And well, once I found my career, I definitely stayed at jobs, but early days, it was like, whatever.
Not like a bad thing. You're just jumping around, dude.
Yep.
But so hold on, continue with this job. So you were sandblasting rocks.
And then I had to go up to Grand Forks, and that was the worst part. Is he was like a kiosk in the mall, and dude, longest days ever. So he has me. And there you go, Craigslist job, kiosk in the mall. Like, we're on a recipe for a good one here. Dude, the guy goes, can you go up to Grand Forks and work for a week? And I'm like, well, yeah, it doesn't sound bad. dude, it was all day. It was like a 14-hour day. It sucked. And while I was up there working, this lady, they bought and sold gold. And I'm like, dude, I had a couple buddies up there, and I'm like, dude, it'd probably good to get up here. Was looking at going back to college. We're really going to college. I never really went. And I was like, probably not bad. Just kill some time, maybe get a degree or something in the meantime. And I stayed with the buddies up there, and they're like, Deev, you should just move in with us. Dude, it was like $200 a month just for rent, sleeping on the couch. And so I was like, yeah, you know what? I was like, yeah, let me give the rock guy a call, and I'll just tell him. Dude, so I called him. I'm like, hey, I'll come finish out 2 weeks. And dude, it was the guy, just to paint a picture for you, he was like the worst wheeler and dealer of all time. He would buy stuff, double the price.
Like Matilda's dad?
Yeah. Okay. Dude, that's an exact, really good. And so he did meth, and I didn't know this. And that's where the story really changes, because so I call him, and I'm like, hey man, I got to give you my 2 weeks. I'm like, I'll be moving up to Grand Forks. So if you ever need someone to work the mall, trying to be pretty nice about it. He told me I'm going to come down there. I'm going to rip your head off. I'm going to kill you and find your family. And I was like, dude, what? And so I had to work right by this guy. That's even the better part, because the gold shop, dude, we were looking right at each other. And the thing is, the gold shop just paid a lot better. Like buying and selling gold, you got really good commission. You got your hourly wage. And so I did that for like 3 months, lived in Grand Forks. And then I got a call from our aunt that was like, hey, I heard you're going back to college. They have this drone program where you do the topography and all the drone imagery at Northland. It's all free. That's what got me to Thief is I was like,
oh, that's how you got there.
And I called there. I was like, this isn't a military job, right? Like 100% not a military.
You're not going to sign up for the service.
Nope. You're good.
Just sucking you back in, Thief. Just
suck it, dude.
That's like the black hole.
A black hole, dude.
Okay, so at what point was this all before or after you went to the where you met Promise?
That was after.
So this was after.
Yeah, okay. That was after I got my life together. That's
all right. Well, dude, okay. If you want to talk about this, you met some characters in there.
Yeah, I can tie that part in later.
Okay.
As far as like the crew that works out in the rigs and stuff.
Okay. All right. So you're in Thief River. Anyways, you guys.
I played baseball, joined the baseball team to meet people because I knew people. And I knew I really wasn't going to play. The best part was, dude, I was actually pretty good because all the guys were like, they saw me pitch. I pitched in spring training. I got 3 Ks in 1 inning. And dude, I never pitched again. And the guys are like, dude, why do you not play? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, dude, whatever.
Didn't you meet Kid Cudi on that team?
I met Kid Cudi down in Houston. It was Dallas or Houston. I always forget where we had spring training. So hung out with them for like 4 hours.
It didn't. But how did he approach you guys? I thought because I've always thought that was funny. And then I want to tell the Dickinson moving story. And then and you got a couple of really funny stories there that are the dog stories.
Oh yeah, dude. So I mean, I was still young. I just didn't do any pharmaceuticals. I just don't do anything. Even when I go, if I break my back, that would really suck. But
yeah.
There'll be no like narcotics or anything. That's always just been the thing. So we were still here and there. The devil's lettuce, whether people enjoy that or not, but I don't do it anymore. But back then I did. And so we, 8 of us on the team did. And so we super dumb to, but anyway, we had some, and this guy comes up. This guy gets out of this super expensive Mercedes, dude. And we're like, dude, who is
this? In the middle of Houston?
Yeah, right outside of it. And we're like, dude, who is that? Like, these got to be someone. He's like, all right, man, I see 8 kids, and I know one of y'all is going to go smoke. And we're like, yeah, dude, you want to come with? And as we're sitting there, me and him were just kind of.
And you guys didn't know who he was at the time.
Well, and then one of the guys was like, I'm really sorry to ask this, man, but are you Scott Muscuddy? And he got all defensive, and he's like, no. And then, so me and him went out for a couple drinks because I was the only one that was 21, and came back, and the whole team was waiting in my room, and they're like, dude, he's got a show in Houston, man. It was him. And
so you were having beers with Kid Cudi.
Yeah, and then I had his phone number.
Didn't even know it.
Nope.
That's hilarious. What'd you guys talk about?
Dude, I can't even remember.
See,
Just shooting the shit.
This is why this story is a good. I feel like this is why that story is important. And the tree story is that's one of your greatest strengths is that you can connect with anyone. Like you, like if you want to, if you're if you want to connect with someone, you can BS with the best of them. And and I think people appreciate that about you. It doesn't matter if you're some homeless guy or some rich rapper. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Just hang out, No
pass judgment, man. Because I've been at the worst and the best.
I feel like that's pretty rare, dude. That's pretty rare. So, and with your experiences though, would you say that's kind of why you're like that?
A little bit. I guess even when we were like, I don't know, dude. I always feel like you never really get to know someone until you really get to meet them. So what you hear a lot of people talk shit about someone but it's like, do you really know kind of what that person's going through? So I guess a little bit of what we went through and everything, but it is like, you don't really know anyone until you sit down and get to know them.
Yeah.
So,
which reminds me, when we get a little bit further, I want to talk about when you met Charlie Kirk. I know you did previously, but
I met him a couple times.
I think that's an important thing because, and then you kind of had an experience with Candace too. I mean, you didn't really meet her, but I think that's a pretty important interaction too.
I met Fuentes.
Yeah, you met Fuentes. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Right in his beginning days.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that. That's as we're talking about this, it's like it's actually crazy. It's crazy the journey that we've been on because that was mostly like during the Dylan days when Dylan was gigantic in the political movement.
Dude, huge. Bigger engagement than freaking Trump, man.
And I wouldn't mind getting him on here at some point too, but I still see people ask about him. But we were at so you from Thief River, you moved to Dickinson with your wife.
Yeah, because I was there for a bit. And dude, I had a couple really good mentors, which helped. Tony Sr. and Larry, because they taught me best way to learn business by any means. And Tony was a guy, just a quick backstory, because this guy is like, you thought we lived in.
He's a legend in northern Minnesota.
Dude, they wrote a book. The book is based around him, dude, the River of Champions.
Yeah.
Got invited to the Olympics three times. First one was in World War II, so he couldn't go. Second one, he had to come back and take care of the family business. Third one, he said yes to, and Korean War broke out, so there was no Winter Olympics that year. But he was
pro hockey player.
Yep, pro hockey player. Went and played, when there was only 8 teams. But
in the OG days of hockey.
OG days. Guy was, and that's kind of another guy when it comes to judgment pass. That dude was the same way. You never pass, judgment on someone because he's like, you up in Thief and anyone else that's from a small farm town, dude, you never know, man, who's the biggest farm in the area or the smallest farm. They dress the same. They have the same.
There's literally a billionaire that lives in town and just...
Dude, he drives like a 97 Chevy. Thing is rusted.
It's a 96.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
But so that too, like you get to know those guys. In the small town, it's a way different too, because a lot of those old timers, dude, they don't care about a Ferrari, a 10 bedroom house. They care about how, and this is more the older generation too, is they care about how people perceive them. So Tony was always like, dude, you never, ever leave a deal undone. You make a deal with someone, you finish the deal. Because he was like 95, and his biggest thing was, I still got a couple of people I got to repay.
That was his thing.
So yeah, and he's like, I can't die yet. Like
that is amazing.
But yeah, so I was there.
So he was a big influence for you.
Yeah, he was just a great guy.
So you get out to the oil field, you start working at a hospital.
Yeah, I went to school for 2 years.
Oh, you did out there? I didn't know that.
I did, yeah. I went to Dickinson State University.
Oh, actually, dude, I did know that because I feel like this is kind of where you really got into like the political and social dialogue because of your class.
Yeah,
and there's
some of it.
Well, share that story from your class. You're out there in your class, and the one, what did they say? She said that a trans person coming out is as brave as a soldier or something like that.
Soldier putting his life on the front line. And I was like, dude, it was all girls too. It was like a class of 40 and like 30 of them were girls. And this is even before the big movement.
Right. So 2014-ish?
2017. Because it was my second year.
After the election. That's right. That's right.
And I was the only one who was like, I just don't think that's right.
You're the only one that spoke up.
Only one. And all the guys were like, dude, yeah, man. I'm like, well, say something.
Yeah,
and dude,
back
I just
me
got
up here.
Pounced on, dude, by everyone. They're like, how dare you? I'm like, you're comparing two different things. That's not the same. Like that's not fair. Like that's apples and oranges. And the teacher was like, I thank you very much for bringing up that dialogue. So I was surprised. I don't know if she agreed with me or not, but the whole point of this speech it was a speech class, was to create controversial dialogue. That was the whole point. So
and now you get an F.
Yeah. Now you get an F, dude. You're kicked out of school if you say that.
no one wanted to engage in mine. Mine was the benefits of taxing marijuana to a point of no return. If you want to do something that is like that, we should tax it, and it should all just be taxed to hell. But then use it for
someone out there's yelling at their screen.
Well,
Dave, that's the worst idea.
I agree. I'm definitely against taxes, but it's like one of those hobby things, like alcohol, tobacco. If we're gonna tax something, it's like you don't need that stuff.
Tanning beds.
Tanning bed.
Energy drinks.
Damn you. Kool-Aid. Grape Kool-Aid.
Good. I love grape Kool-Aid, dude.
I know that stuff is good.
By the way, we're all drinking grape Kool-Aid right now.
I know.
We all are. Who are we?
I don't know. It is delicious with that ice. So you're out there at U Dickinson, and there's probably a ton of stories from out there too. But I want to get to the social media stuff. But first, so Daniel, I was at Deev's house yesterday. They're trying to sell their house here this week. Obviously, they're moving, and I'm helping him do landscaping stuff. Like we're doing literally doing landscaping at his house. How long did you live there? 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, you didn't do this then?
This was my idea.
So the story in that time frame, I think I just moved my now wife and I out to California, and we were driving back with an empty trailer. So you guys were moving back to Minnesota.
Dude, and I'm glad you guys stopped because we thought, sorry, I'll let you keep going, but we had a Jeep, a little Mazda Protege, and a first generation Toyota 4Runner that we were like, yeah, we'll just pack it in there. There was no way we were fitting it in there.
In the trailer?
Dude, in just the vehicles. Because when I moved out there, dude, I had the bed strapped.
Dude, we get there, and you guys packed the boxes with boulders. There's
the big box, and that was
the tallest boxes you could get.
No. We got there and nothing was packed.
That's right. Your wife was packing as we were moving stuff. And it was 20 below out.
Oh, that was the worst.
You're on the third floor.
A skating rink.
You're on the far end of the building, and the one entrance to your end of the building was being re-sheetrocked. So we had to walk a football field down and back, up and down the stairs in 20 below weather.
Yeah, 3 flights.
Oh, yeah, carrying boulders.
And out in the Dakotas, they don't plow. They don't do ice demelt. So it's a skating rink through those parking lots.
It was slippery too, moving all your furniture and everything up into the trailer.
Yeah, and Deev, we had to leave Deev's motorcycle because this guy
it was in like 3 inches of ice.
It was in 3 inches of ice.
I was shipping. So there was a flood, and he had how these big apartments have these garages attached to it, or over onto the side. Well, he pulls it open. He's like, "Yeah, I'm rebuilding a moped." And he was a moped or was it?
Yeah, it was a moped. Yeah, it was an old 50s one.
He blows a garage. He had to chip the garage door open. He's like, there was a flood, and all of his parts. I'm looking at them all. They're all under the ice. They're all under. It's like you're looking at the letters at an ice rink at a NHL game or something like that. I was in there chipping away. He's like, dude, I need that sprocket right there. I need that sprocket for sure. Dude.
I just.
He's like, oh, this is horrible. This is a bad idea.
That was a good one. But
oh man,
the dogs.
Okay, so yes, that's one of the stories I want you to share. And dude, if you have any good Deev stories, share them too.
The dogs.
Deev always.
You've never heard the dog story?
Oh, please tell me you've never heard the dog story.
I don't know if I've ever heard the dog story.
Oh, dude.
Okay, so let me set the scene, dude.
All right.
Because this is part of when we were there moving them. I'm like, what the hell were you guys thinking? So Deev, was it a 1-bedroom apartment?
Yep, like 620 square feet.
They have a giant Great Dane. There's a horse living in their 1-bedroom apartment, and then this little mini
teacup schnoodle.
Wait, which apartment was this?
The one that we moved them from.
Oh, okay.
They had a Great Dane living in that apartment. So tell the story about how you guys handled the winter times and taking them to the bathroom.
I would always have to do it.
And that story about the guy.
Yeah. So I would always have to do it because, I don't know, I never minded it, but It was a pain. Anytime you got to take a dog out neg 20, neg 30 with the Dakota winds just hitting the bone, it sucked. It wasn't enjoyable.
Oh, yeah.
But when we had our teacup schnoodle, I mean, dude, when it even pees on the carpet, you can barely see it. It's like a freaking quarter on the ground. So we got one of those little grass pads that you could put on your deck. And the dog would go out there. Because also in the winter, dude, that dog would go outside and act like it would pee, but wouldn't pee because it was too cold to be out there. And so we got this grass pad just so, oh, here you go. And then it was that birthday right before that winter show up. And my wife's like, oh, I got you a Great Dane. I was like, all right. That's
So you didn't know you didn't know you were going to get a Great Dane?
I had no idea.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Oh, dude.
And because I got that Uma's dog, my wife's dog, that teacup schnoodle, but I'm like, dude, that's a freaking purse dog. You can put that, that's an accessory.
Yeah, you flick the turd off. Yeah.
Yeah, you flick it just. And
Okay. The mess isn't that messy.
no, it isn't. And well, we got the Great Dane. It's winter time. And dude, it was like 4 a.m. roughly. Dude, it was early. And the dogs just, you know, all right, you go let him out once. Just let me sleep in, please. And all of a sudden just opens out to the deck.
The 3rd floor patio.
The 3rd floor patio, dude. And I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm just too tired to even deal with it. And I just hear, what the dog is pissing on the dude having a smoke on the 2nd floor.
No.
Dude, he comes upstairs. So he comes upstairs, dude, banging on the door. And my wife is like, let's go in the bathroom and lock the door. It's like, what is that going to do? What is that going to do?
That's my favorite part of the story. You're already behind.
Did you go in the bathroom?
No, I was like, what are we going to do?
You're already behind a locked door.
Just everyone be quiet.
Oh, he already knows you're in there. A horse just pissed on him. And then he's got to go work the oil rigs in 20 below weather.
To our defense, we weren't supposed to smoke on the balconies, right? So
that's what he gets. Yeah. That's what he gets, man.
Karma came back around.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, dude, that was...
Well, oh, man. You've never heard that story? You never heard that story?
I've never heard that story. No, I've never heard that story.
Oh, dude, I love that story. And so my other favorite one with that dog is your poor wife.
Oh, yeah. So
it's not, I mean, it's kind of gross, but
she would always get off. I got off at 11:30. She'd get off at 10:30. Dude, she was off. She was happy. She's like, oh, yeah, you know, great day. I forgot my microphone. I'll grab the dogs and I'll just put them in the car and drive them. Got to go back to work and drop my walkie-talkie off. And, dude, like 20 minutes later, I get a call. Just pissed. And so Samson was his name. Great Dane dropped a turd, dude. And then when he got excited, dude, that thing, dude, it would do laps around our house. And I'm surprised it didn't. We had to take the couch away from the window because it would slam up when he would get the zooms, slam so hard against that you thought it would break the window. So he drops a dookie in the car, gets the zooms, dude, and it is everywhere. Like, it is everywhere, dude. It's that Dumb and Dumber. There's shit everywhere. And I was like, she calls me just like almost crying because she's so upset. And I'm like, oh, I'll get there and we'll see. Well, we're driving back to Minnesota, and luckily it was winter. So it did help on the smell, but dude, it was everywhere. Like, we had to take it to a cleaner. That guy didn't even get it all out.
Can you imagine being a car detailer and that coming in? Go to the next town, boy.
Yeah.
I am not doing that one.
But yeah, it was good times out there. Dude. Good times.
So, okay, so we move you back. And at this point, so what year was that? I said 2017, right? That was on the way back, I think, from when we...
Yeah, that was, because I didn't go to spring semester. Yeah, so that was like December, January.
Okay. That was when we almost died.
Was that 17?
Yeah, that was when we almost died in
that was like 16,
blizzard.
17, so it was right in there. Dude, maybe that was 17 into 18 because... No, it was early 17.
I ask because this is kind of the time when what we are doing now with social media... That's kind of how that started in that time frame, right?
Yeah.
So Dylan was pretty active.
Me and him both were on Twitter because Dylan was on Facebook trying to. I'm like, dude, why are you talking to people we know, make an anonymous account on Twitter, dude.
And he was talking crap, like, or he was refuting liberals in their arguments.
Yes,
and
but
that
it
was
people we knew.
For anyone who doesn't know who Dylan is, he's still a good friend of ours. But he also was and a childhood friend of ours as well. But he was very big on Twitter, very big. Like, did he have 1 million followers?
He didn't, but he had was the most
700,000?
engagement. Yep.
Like his account, I still see tweets of his screenshotted going viral today.
Yep.
But he was giant. He had Don Trump Jr.'s phone number, Charlie Kirk,
Rudy Giuliani.
like
Dude, endless.
Like, and when I look back on this and we talk about this, I always just laugh. I'm like, like this is we were just a bunch of people just talking.
Wasn't it like General Flynn too, like dinner?
General Flynn.
That was was our first outing.
Okay.
We'll get to that because that's kind of how Dylan and I started doing different stuff and how you started making your own videos too. But
yeah, because
that's how we started.
Yeah.
So Dylan, I don't know how he approached you, but he knew that because Daniel and I at the time we were making our own satirical articles. That's what we were.
Yes, the garlic, right?
The Garlic Tribune.
Yeah,
the Garlic Tribune. And some of those were actually really funny. Some of them were not funny at all, like really bad. But
yeah,
it was before Babylon B. I'm pretty sure
it was.
It was not as PG as Babylon B. So Dylan messaged me and was like, "Dude, I love what you're doing with your guys' satire articles. Look at what I'm doing." And he had like 100,000 followers at the time. And I'm like, "What are you doing? This is awesome.
Yeah,
this is insane." And then I don't know, how did he show you what he was doing?
Well, this is because we were both playing around. He figured out on Instagram there was they used to have these really sweet apps that were individually developed that weren't built-in analytic pieces. So like on Instagram, for instance, there was a automatic hashtag within 24 hours. So me and him started doing Instagram, posting, dude, a picture of the grass would get 250 likes because of you'd hashtag it the right way.
Yeah.
And it would just go mega viral. And then Twitter was, me and him started doing Twitter because I was a libologist and he was educating liberals. And I was at 30,000 followers. He was at 100. But what we did is we both bought follower packages.
Yep.
So Dylan originally bought 10,000 followers. I bought 10,000. And then you do the follow back thing. Dylan was just way more relentless at doing it every day.
He was obsessive, yeah.
Yep. And then... yeah, well, then 2018, I moved back from the cities because we had Beckham. Yep. We had our oldest kid. And during that, then me and him would get together, dude, all the time and be like, dude. And then the Shapiro spike happened.
Well, okay, so slow down. Because, and that's about the time that I moved back too. And we really started doing a lot of stuff together.
Yeah, but we knew, we knew it worked when it was him, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens. That him and Charlie Kirk were essentially, dude, this is the railroad idea. The railroad idea. How did the railroad pop up everywhere? It's like tapping into the
ideal world. Yeah. Not the railroad, the steam engine. The steam engine was being built the same time in different continents without any communication. And there's other examples of that too. But that's why I think that's important, is because that's kind of how Dylan met Charlie. And how you got to end up meeting Charlie was they were doing the exact same thing. Exact same thing.
Bot followers, follow back.
And follow back, yep. And have good ideas and things that people wanted to hear and talk about, right?
Yep.
That follow back thing was just a way for people to see your stuff. And at that time during Twitter, everyone was doing that.
Yep. It was a glitch. It was that, and they had those glitch systems in every social media platform. And they didn't close the glitch as fast as they do now. When there's a glitch now, or an exploit, they instantly change
so fast. Yep. So fast. That's why building a platform anywhere now it's virtually impossible unless you are very unique.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the game, sadly. And not, I shouldn't say sadly, but you had to be a pioneer in figuring out the algorithm.
Yeah.
In almost everything. And now, so Instagram, this is because I was not active on Instagram at all, but the way that people built followings then was you just kept your there's a bunch of huge accounts now that did this, that are huge because they did this. They would not have a chance of getting where they are now, but they would keep their accounts as private. And back then, when you shared a meme or something to someone on Instagram, you were forced to follow that account before you got to see the meme in the private message. So it was genius. Like, props to them for figuring that out. But that's how a lot of these huge meme pages got to be as big as they are today.
Yes.
And again, I'm not I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm just saying they figured it out first. So back to Dylan and what you guys were doing. That was the start of it. I was on Twitter, really.
Yep.
And again, Charlie's doing the same thing.
And the Shapiro spike.
And then that's what really kicked it off. Did Shapiro retweeted Dylan or something?
Yeah. So this is where the best part is these apps, these analytic apps. Because they didn't have analytics for Twitter back then, so it was a special app that was like built in, but it would share so much more information than the analytics app does now.
Yep.
But it would tell you exactly, it went in so much detail that the analytics is just crap compared to it. But
I think I remember that. It was a third-party app.
Yes.
And you could follow people on it, and also it would show you, like, filter who are your biggest people with the biggest followings that follow you.
And same with your retweets, likes, all that stuff. So you can see when verified being verified was something back then.
When it meant something, yeah.
So one day, dude, the stat was just skyrocket, like 2 million engagements or something, or 2 million impressions or whatever. And then after that, I was like, wow. And then that was just the very first snowball effect. Because it was working before, but that was originally what really pushed it down the hill.
Yeah. The Shapiro spike, that was a big deal. And I remember, and that was when I started getting on Twitter with him too. And that was one of my favorite times too, because those moments were such big deals. When we're trying to build a platform and voice our own opinions, it was like, it's working, let's go, let's go. And I mean, there's so many other examples of that too. And then, so that was at the time. Me and Daniel started doing stuff too, and we kind of did our first ever podcast. Remember we were trying to do it live in Daniel's old basement. And
yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we did.
And there was just one scene.
It was, but you know what? It was so bad, but it was, looking back on it, that's what it taught us, a lot of stuff, and how to be better. And honestly, speak better in front of a camera. I'll never forget the first skit that we did. It was something, I think it was just reading tweets. It was like reading a mean tweets thing me and Dylan did. And I was nervous filming myself. It was insane. They did, I think Vine was still around then, but Dylan and I started doing stuff together by making those funny skits.
Yeah.
And that was a really bad show. That was a really bad show. But again, I feel like it was super, super important to do that and just still grind through it.
Yeah.
But that was the thing that was it was easy to grind through it because we were all doing it together, and we were all we all had the same goal, and it was really
fun.
It was fun at the time.
And it was nothing about money. It was just purely hobby.
Yes.
It was purely hobby and
collecting stats.
Yeah. And just jabbing people too, that we were just giving it to the man. Kind of thing. It was our voices were heard.
Yes.
That where we were silenced before.
And then, so I guess we can transition to that, and maybe because I want to. That before we get to when I started doing Zeducation, which was late 2018, and that was the skit that we made. Maybe I'll find that and put it in here. But
it was early.
You and Dylan. So back to how
starting midterms 2018, early 2018.
Midterms 2018. You guys started going to rallies, and Dylan was invited to speak at places. He was invited to get up in front of people and speak, and that's when you met Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, so the very first time we met Charlie.
Yeah, tell us about the first time and then the second time.
It was Phyllis Schlafly convention down in St. Louis.
Okay.
So it was me, Dylan, Charlie was there, Flynn was there, Cernovich, Pasebiak. Dude, it was really big. That was when
serious conservative people, yeah.
And because we were Q-tards, we were.
Well, I'll get to that. So yeah, that was at the start of when Q came out, and
it was entertaining. That was a part that I was always dude, it's fun. But that's where it was way different. Was Dylan was, he was the voice of it. He really was.
He became one of the faces of it, or one of the voices of it, yeah.
And it definitely changed a lot, but it was super fun, just the conspiracy side of it. So we went there and we became a Q drop, which means you were posted on the big board of the whole QAnon page. And dude, it was Dylan's dude, my whole body just sank. Because dude, it was wild. That was always a goal for anyone.
Yeah, at the time, the QAnon movement wasn't really. It was just there, and it seemed at the time that it was just a bunch of like-minded people getting together, and there might be someone like actually giving information out there secretly, but that, you know, it was still pretty new.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
where it got to be.
one flew off the cuckoo's nest. Yeah, it was, where it got to be.
And that was the funnest part, dude, is because Pasebiak, right at that convention, he was just, he said, yeah, I know who Q is and stuff. So we were trolling Pasebiak that whole trip, dude.
Trying to get him to tell you guys who?
No, we were just trolling him. We were just like, dude, this guy's a freaking Fruit Loop, dude. Like, he doesn't know who it is.
So you guys, and I remember I remember this. You guys were there not as serious as...
Not at all, dude, no.
Yeah.
Like, we were with Flynn Jr., Cassandra Fairbanks, because she was a big left-winger that turned right. All these people are very nice, by the way. Like, I just got to say that.
Yeah.
So we went to the dinner.
I guess it's important, though, because, like, this is where you guys were. Like, you guys were in very serious political circles of the conservative movement.
Dude.
Just by being on social media.
Well, we went to this, like, 5-star restaurant for the Flynns, and it was... Dylan shows up in khakis and a polo. I'm in, like... Dude, I did wear a button-up shirt and khakis, but everyone else is in, like, ties, and... I mean, they were just dressing... Is this all right? And Dylan's like, oh, dude, yeah, man. Like, here we are ordering beers. Everyone else is, like, wine and freaking, you know, just, like... Give me a McGolden Light. You guys got McGolden?
This is great.
And I still see that floating around, that picture sometimes of all of us.
Oh, yeah, people talking crap about you?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm never tagged. No one knew who I was because I wasn't big enough. So I was like, not one of the guys. Like,
well, I think I saw one of the things that you shared with me a long time ago. Someone wrote on there, "This is Tyler Zed's stupid brother. His real name is Devin." I was like, all right,
dude. Yeah. I was just like, dude, that takes a bit of research for you to figure that one out.
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, we started with that one, and then next we went to.
Hold on, did you
Palm
meet Charlie
Beach.
there?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so that's what I wanted. I wanted you to share how you met Charlie there and what you thought about him, because you have good things to say about him.
Oh yeah, very nice, dude. Not anything like the other guys. So all the other guys, what I will say, it was very much a scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, like that. Way over the top networking stuff.
Yeah,
where it wasn't like dude, good stuff, whatever. And then so Charlie was there, and right away the first thing we saw him was like, dude, I steal your stuff all the time, man.
To Dylan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we were both BSing with him and Dylan. They had like a little rivalry, and they did talk about that too. About like, dude, I always am looking at your follower count, back and forth. Like, dude, we're just so close to that.
I remember that. 'Cause it was Dylan and Charlie. That's what it was.
Yep. And so they always talked about that, just like. And then they're like, we got to have a real one-on-one basketball game, because Charlie always he's like, dude, I'm the best. No one will ever be. I could have gone D1 or whatever. And Dylan's like, no, we'll take you on.
He actually probably could have. I think he was a good quarterback and stuff too.
Back up to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So that was always, and then we went to the very first Student Action Summit in Palm Beach. That was the very first Turning Point USA event. I believe it was, yeah.
Or are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay.
And that was at least the very first big one, I should say. I should say the very first huge one.
Okay, 2018?
2018.
Okay.
Because, yeah, we met Trump Jr., we met, dude, because we got the VIP for free. So we, like, and Dylan was like, dude, we walked through and we was like, oh, dude, educating liberals.
I know, everyone loved him, dude. He was huge. He was giant.
Huge.
I know. That's what I always laugh when I think about it. Because, I mean, if things didn't go the way they did, how big would he be now, you know?
Seriously. And so Charlie remembered us, of course. He's like, oh, dude, great to see you guys back, man.
That's awesome.
Remembered me too. And I'm like, dude, I'm just the guy usually that takes the camera and takes the photo with Dylan, whoever it is.
And he remembered you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But dude, how they put that on, it wasn't that many people. Nowhere near what Turning Point is today. I mean, it was Charlie and like 5 people in VIP. And then they flew everyone out. We didn't really get to meet Candace because she was walking back. Talked with, dude, what's the Canadian guy? He's a professor.
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
Oh yeah, didn't
Dude,
you ask
was
him like a
disgusted.
stupid? Didn't you ask him a stupid question though?
I can't remember what it was. It was like, what would you be doing if you weren't doing this? He's like, just like, dude, dumbfounded.
Yeah,
we're
like,
here.
What? We're here to talk about professional, philosophical things.
That
was, dude. That was at his peak too. 2018. That was like when his book was out, I think, and he was making his rounds. Like he was just blowing up at that time.
Yeah. Dude, it's hard to even say, dude. The cop, Brandon Tatum, the comedian Terrence Williams. We hung out with him a lot.
So you're just walking around all these people, dude, and like Dee's just there for a good time. How's it going, man? Hey, you guys, dude, you're like the vice president, or you're the president's son, dude. That's cool.
Dude, can I get you a beer? Yeah. That's usually how my go-to.
Like, hey, Jordan Peterson, you're like one of the biggest stars on the internet right now. Like, just what do you like to do in your free time, dude?
Yeah,
this isn't an interview. I just want to know, man.
But people like that, dude, about me and Dylan when we were at those places. We were very much less about, dude, could you retweet me?
Yeah.
How about let's take a picture together and post it on Instagram? It was nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I think Charlie appreciated it because, dude, Charlie was getting all that stuff, dude, nonstop.
Yeah.
So that was the second one. And then we went to San Francisco. And that one was probably the wildest, funnest one because it was like the biggest ragtag group of like up-and-comer social media influencers, and then Dylan. Like Ashley Sinclair at the time only had 20,000 followers.
Okay.
But she got invited because she just went mega viral for she made fun of the dude that reacts to the Star Wars trailers.
Yeah.
So she was there. And then this, I forgot her name, dude. You would know who she is, but she was then turned into a political campaign person.
Okay.
Biggs, Joe Biggs.
The J6er guy, yeah.
J6er. Yeah. And it was, dude.
So you have a good story from that, kind of a, which I feel like is very representative of the conversation from the real world to what we see online, where you guys were at some protest or something?
Oh, yeah. It was right outside of the mayor. Dude, nobody was there. Literally no one. We thought it was going to be this huge crowd, and they were trying to get this one girl to get elected mayor, a Republican mayor in San Fran.
Okay.
Dude, it was like probably like 5 people protesting, and then...
so 5 people, and then all these influencers.
Dude, like 50 of us standing up top, and I was recording. I was a video guy down below. But then, yeah, you saw the video, though, and when it was cropped in, you're like, dude, there's a massive thing going on. And
so online, when you see this thing went viral.
Mega viral
incidents, this protest.
It was between like 4 people, dude.
Right. So it was like that meme.
Perfect angle, dude.
The meme where it's like, this is what you see, and you see the guy stabbing, and then you pull out. Yeah. So, but that had to be an eye-opening moment for you in the social media world. Like, dude, this is all fake.
Dude, me and Dylan were like, dude, that actually happened? Where did that happen?
Yeah, we were there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, we went to the Dodger Giant game, though. That was pretty badass out in, we sat in McCovey Cove, and we didn't realize how big
You sat in a canoe?
No.
Oh.
No. But we didn't know how big that rivalry was, the Dodgers and Giants, and it was, I mean, dude, there was adults stealing freaking batting practice balls from little kids around us. We're like, dude, it's a kid. And they're like, no. We're just like, all right, whatever. But that was a good trip, though, because, yeah, I met a lot of good people. That was like the funnest, where no one was doing the complete networking thing to a maximum. It was like, finally, all right, we all got to hang out. Laura Loomer was there. That was when she got debanked at that time. So that was on the AJ. She was right outside.
Yep.
So,
well, you know what? And I, obviously she's very polarizing, but at the time, I feel like she was one of Dylan's good friends.
Yeah. She respected Dylan very much.
Yeah. And she was kind of up and coming to it in what she does. And we ended up meeting her too. And I mean, she was very nice. Like, she was nice. It was actually wild. So, and that was moving on forward. That's kind of how me and Dylan started diverging. I feel like for me, it got a little too serious. You know, I don't want to be, a political talking head. Obviously, I talk about politics and try to do it with humor on the show. But Dylan really got into the Q stuff. Really got into the Q stuff. And even before that, Daniel, I think it was just me, you, and Dylan. We went to this Keith Ellison thing, and Loomer was there. She was kind of like the head cheerleader of it. It must have been 2018. It had to have been 2018 because that was when it was an election year. And
we were really busy because it was midterms.
And Keith Ellison won. But it was that was at the exact moment where I was like, yeah, this is not what I want to do. It was pretty intense. Like, it was super intense. But Dylan, there was a guy, he looked like straight from Antifa, like wearing all black. And there was a bunch of people. What'd you say, Daniel? Like 30 people?
Yeah, probably about that.
About 30 people, including us. protesting Keith Ellison because obviously he's a very controversial.
Well, yeah, that was
guy.
right after those medical documents were released.
Yes, that was actually right after that.
Of his girlfriend, getting
yep.
beat up. Yeah.
Yep. So everyone was there, and I think they all had valid reasons, obviously, to protest. But then, do you remember? Okay, so at that time, me and Daniel, the whole debate got over, and then everyone was leaving, and Dylan and Loomer was the one that did it. I felt like kind of uncomfortable there. So you and I just kept recording, but we found out that he went out the back door through a parking garage to leave so he didn't have to face the protesters instead of coming out to the front. Loomer finds out and she runs and sprints. I'm pretty sure those security guards let her through. There's no doubt in my mind. Sprints through the parking garage and the garage door is opening so Keith Ellison's driver can drive through it. And she just gets in front of it. She gets in front of it and stops the car. And I'm sitting behind him I can't. This is not who I am. I don't want any part of this.
What was crazy about
I'm just going to record this.
I don't even know how it happened because someone was like, "He's in the parking garage."
Yeah, and then everyone sprinted.
And everybody was sprinting down there. You know what? I have the video. I just looked at that video the other day. Weirdly, we're talking about this.
Really?
Yeah, I still have that video on my phone right now of
Really?
us. Yeah, I mean, I was just video recording also, but people were banging on his car and and they were laughing. They were laughing.
It was wild.
It was weird. His girlfriend was giving the finger and laughing, and
yeah, they were.
I was Keith Ellison's girlfriend.
Yes, it was weird, dude.
It was very bizarre.
I'll never forget that scene, dude. And actually, I remember afterwards, and this is why I would love to have Dylan on to talk about this stuff. But Dylan, he's like, "Yeah, I don't like that me that came out," because I mean he was pretty intense with it.
I
don't even know why you weren't there, but that was the moment where I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be doing this stuff. I don't want to be going and becoming an activist. And
there was a couple times where for the Fuentes one, that was where I was like, oh, dude,
you met him.
Pretty intense.
What was that?
This was it.
And
dude,
this was before this was before he was banned off everything, right?
No, right when it happened. So
right when he was
kind of up and coming, because it was midterms 2018. So this was the fall because it was cold out. So it was the final debate before the right before the election. I think it was probably September, and it was in Iowa of all places. Dude, what are we doing in Iowa?
Wasn't it the first primary or the?
Maybe it was, but
Okay.
either way, a Republican was going to win regardless. It was just who was going to get the full nomination.
Oh yeah, so it was a Republican primary then.
Maybe this was 2019 actually, because maybe it was a primary.
Oh, okay, that would make sense. That would make sense.
And so we go there, we meet the guy, we go to the guy's house for dinner, and
The person who put on the event?
The person running.
Oh, the candidate.
And it was at a church, and so the girl we met in San Fran, she was now running this guy's campaign.
Okay.
And so she invited Dylan out, and we weren't supposed to say it because Fuentes was the no word. You could not mention him. And she's like, we got a really big guy coming, real special. And we're like, who is it? And me and Dylan just kept naming names. She's like, and then the other guy was like, Nick Fuentes. And I was like, dude, that's amazing. And Gil's like, who is that? I'm like, dude, you don't know Nick Fuentes? And he's like, well, I guess I kind of heard of him. I'm like, dude, I can't believe you don't love the guy. I was like, dude, he's unreal. And he was very, and I get why, and he kind of talks about it, just he was very private. So he finally comes to the church. It's me, Dylan, Fuentes, and this other dude in the church, BSing for an hour before the event. Fuentes couldn't go up beforehand. And so me and Dylan go up. And one thing we'd always do, I got to share this a little bit, because we'd always get, we'd just get a little buzz beforehand. And Dylan,
dude, you're out of,
I had to
serious political events.
Dude, that's just it. And so, it was all good, dude. We had great chats with everyone. Everyone kind of knew us. And all of a sudden, dude, I'm in the back because I was like, yeah, I'm Dylan's security. That's just how I played it off. And all of a sudden, I just see Dylan go from one spot over to the corner. And the night before, the guy was talking. He was like, yeah, this lady that's running against me, she's all, anti-abortion, out to the farmers. And then one speech later went into the inner city to get the vote. She's pro-abortion. And we never even heard. It wasn't even the abortion topic. And all of a sudden, Dylan stands up and is like, how about, just got way into it. And I was like, dude. And I'm like, I was trying to go get him. And then, dude, they're like, you guys got to get the hell out of here. I'm like, dude, all of our
So
stuff.
he was supposed to be there supporting her.
Supporting him.
Oh,
they were
supporting
doing
him.
for the primary. They were both.
So he was heckling the opponent.
Yes.
Got it.
And
okay.
And then so they're like, and I'm like, hey, like we got our stuff downstairs. I'm like, we're not violent. We haven't done anything. They were like trying to kick us out. You have Dylan's laptop, all of his stuff, because we drove down there. We didn't fly down there this time. And I was like, dude, we got it. We got to get our stuff. Finally, one guy that was with us like the whole time, he's like, come with me. And I'm like, he's like, you guys got to just chill out a little bit. To the guys trying to just. I was like, hey, I get it, but I'm like, dude, we aren't leaving our stuff. And then Nick is just like, nice one. Out of there.
That was your Nick Fuentes experience.
Yep. And then, because we were BSing before that too, but nothing really about politics or.
Yeah.
I was like, dude. I was like, I'm sure you get this, man. But I was like, love your stuff, dude. And then we were talking about church, and we were just talking about the differences of. That was our big thing. We were really talking about the religions and different denominations, and.
You know what? I kind of remember when you guys came back from that. I feel like you guys were driving home and you called me or something, and I because things went really bad. and I just
because things went really bad.
Well, at that time, and I don't want to say too much too because this is Dylan's story as well, but things weren't great there, right? And things that had to be the Q days, like starting to get real deep into the Q stuff. And at that time, we weren't working together at all, me and Dylan. And I was going pretty strong on Zeducation.
Yeah.
So into 2019, I started posting in January of 2019, 3 days a week, and I've done that since then. And I think at that time I might have had that first viral video at the time. So it was like,
the hitchhiker one.
Yeah. So it was like, oh yeah, I remember you were at our house.
Yeah.
I was like, Deev, I don't know, man. This one's getting views. This has 5,000 views, dude. Deev, 10,000. Oh, dude, 20,000 views, Deev. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, it's working.
Yeah.
So anyways, so I was doing that. And maybe just explain the Q stuff and where that all went. And then it ultimately ended Dylan online with the COVID stuff because he got sent, he got banned.
No, it was before COVID.
He got banned on some stuff.
He did, but
he got banned officially, I believe, for sure on YouTube because he was talking about hydroxychloroquine.
Yep.
But he ended up being right about. But he was saying it was the cure, and that obviously it's like you can't say it's the cure. I mean,
yeah,
it's probably good. There's evidence to show that it would help someone. Is it the cure though? Anyways, lead up to the Q stuff.
Okay, well, because I was the one that actually showed Dylan, and I'm like, dude, this just a quick little backstory of it. I was like, dude, this is freaking awesome, dude. And I'm like, dude, because I was always talking conspiracies and like, dude,
yeah, you love that stuff.
You ever heard of this? You ever look at that?
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm like, dude, this is freaking sweet, dude. I'm like, dude, you just got it's just endless speculation on what is actually going on.
And I will say, at the beginning of that, it was a fun concept. Like, it was like, oh, this is cool, man. There's someone on the inside giving out information so they don't get caught, but they're just trying to rally the Patriots, man. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. And there was a YouTube channel that we were actually guests on a few times.
Patriot Soapbox?
Yeah, and that was a great concept where it was a 24-hour live stream and they just had different hosts.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of cool. And you're energizing all these people. But, okay, so...
Yeah, and then
that's how it started. That's how you guys got into it and how Dylan got into it.
Yeah, so we were into it even before we started social media because it came out in 2017, I believe. And then, we came the Q drop in 2018. That was like mega, dude. That was huge. I mean, that was, dude, I can't even tell you. I mean, that was bigger. You could have asked me, would you have rather caught like Barry Bonds home run or frickin' a Q drop? It was like, dude, a Q drop. Like, so, and then...
It's so funny, dude. It's so funny that this happened. It's like, dude.
Do we even know who Q was?
It sounded like it was a guy that worked at FedEx or something. I have no idea. I don't... Because they quit posting after 2020 when Trump lost the election.
That it's still a thing. Like, people are still pretty diehard Q people.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
dude. It's crazy.
I got a Q drop. I ended up getting a Q drop. You remember that?
Yeah. You got a Q drop.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a Q drop
was
too.
It one of your
people
tweets
were
or
like,
something?
yeah, it was a tweet. It was on Twitter. People were like, congratulations. I started getting that. Like,
dude,
messages. People were like,
That was a big deal.
congratulations. I was like, what? What happened?
Yeah.
So you get to be a Q drop. This
Yeah,
is
it was me, Dylan, and General Flynn because I had it was
Oh, I
woke.
remember that.
It was woke with the Q as the O.
Yes.
And everyone loved, dude. When I was wearing that,
Oh.
everyone's like, dude, I freaking love that, man.
Dude, that's
like
awesome.
everyone
hold on.
loved it.
Also, let's say too, before you go any further, I never went to a Trump rally, but you guys both went to Trump rallies. And when you would go to a Trump rally, or if you saw pictures of pre-2020 Trump rallies, there were insane amounts of people that had Q merch on. Like, Daniel, when you went to Trump rallies, would you agree?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
Would you say like 50% of the people, 25%?
That was one of them.
Right, but how many people wore Q stuff at Trump rallies?
I think. Well, me and Devin were at
Fargo.
We were when
Well,
Fargo.
no, we went to Duluth because you came to Duluth
yeah, we were in
as
Duluth.
well.
Yeah, we were in Duluth also. But there was like a couple guys. Remember getting interviewed that were Q guys.
Yep.
That were pretty big. Like that was early on. That felt pretty. Was that 18?
Yeah, because it was gearing up for midterms. And then the problem is, though, with Q is when leading into 2020 is that Trump was supposed to win. He was supposed to win. And that was where, like, for me, it was like, if he doesn't win, dude, then it's not real. Like, I mean, then it really isn't someone on the inside. And then, because right before the election, too, that's where really, okay, after the Fuentes rally, that's when I really died down. Because it was like, dude.
Died down with politics?
Yeah, it just, dude, it was just a run of the mill, endless. And really after 2020, dude, it's the same freaking rope-a-dope every 4 years, same talking points, same
Yeah.
It's garbage, dude.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're talking about the abortion stuff now. This was 4 years ago. And okay, next is going to be a shooting, and then there's going to be the gun stuff, and then it's going to be migration. It's like
there's a rhythm.
Same cycle.
But it's the most important election of your lifetime.
Yeah,
every time.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, 2020, I voted for Kanye actually because I was just so over it,
dude.
Like,
there's people yelling at their screens right now. Deev,
dude.
Was that even you could actually? What did you write him in?
No, he was
on the ballot.
Minnesota was one of few states, and then I wrote myself in a couple slots, but I actually did vote for Trump in 24 because I was like, well, but
so at this point, then COVID hits.
Yes, and I was working at a nursing home during this time. So as we were doing social media,
all right. So that's kind of, I remember this because that's how you, and you have a couple of nursing home stories too that I think are good stories. There's got so many weird jobs, dude. I think the first time I asked you to help with Zeducation stuff was with the Discord server.
Yes.
So I didn't really even know what Discord was. At that time, I was still just trying to grow the platform and hopefully have people watch my videos, right? And in 2020, the channel was pretty big. It was probably around 500,000 or 600,000 subscribers. Maybe 400,000.
Because when I served for you, you were at 450,000.
Okay,
because
so
we doubled the following in like 18 months.
Yeah. So, but you came on because I had this Discord server, and again, I didn't really know what it was at the time, and I didn't understand. And people told me this right away. There was a couple of guys that knew what Discord. They knew how to code it and stuff, and moderate it. And they're like, dude, you're gonna want to get some bots in here, otherwise, like. And I'm like, I was like, okay, I have no idea what that means. No idea what a bot is, and they're like
before AI too, so it's like hard. Like now a bot, like, dude, make this for me. Click, boom, done.
Yeah. So, and I just kind of like whoever knew how to do that, I was like, all right, man, we set that up. I mean, I can't really pay you, but I'll hopefully be able to promote something for you or give you merch, whatever. They're like, no, dude, this is super cool, whatever. So I was like, I was super grateful for it, but I ended up growing this Discord server to like a giant server, like 50,000 people or something, which is very big for Discord, like too big because you can't moderate that.
No.
And if you don't moderate it, then your server gets dinged, and that's what happened. People were posting bad stuff. But most importantly at that time there was like a hierarchy of moderators.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing any of it. Like a lot of people, I had like 5 main moderators, 1 main guy, and then 5 under him. And then there was like 30 guys under him.
Just, little minions.
Yeah. And they were, moderating and, if you're a Discord mod, that's kind of a big deal, right? Like if you're on a big server. And there was a big, like massive conflict between the moderators, between the head guy and the 5 under him. And they're like, dude, you got to do something about this. I had moderators leaving. They're like, dude, screw your server. I can't handle this anymore. This guy's a tyrant. And I'm like,
He was. That's the best. He's like, nope, my way or no way.
yeah. And he was a good guy. He was, but he just wasn't doing that. And it was becoming way too stressful for me at that time.
Daniel, I just can't do this anymore. I just can't do this anymore. So if you saw it from my end, like on my, because I hang with you guys, and like I mean, whatever. And but every once in a while, I'm like, what are you guys into now? Like, what are you thinking in like the Discord? What is this? Well, I have no idea what's going on, and like all of a sudden, there's like a lot of drama, and you're like your body's worn down from the drama of the moderators.
Yes, and I was trying to continue to grow Zeducation because I was like, oh, dude, I think we could get this channel to 1 million subscribers. Like, people love the videos. This is fun. This is awesome. I get to do this full time because it's making money, and that I got to kind of backfill Daniel's role in all this too. But that's how I got you on, because I was like, Deev, dude. Like, I need you to come in and just hopefully help me manage this Discord. So Deev's at the nursing home working his job and then helping me on this Discord server. Yeah. And then there was problems with that because now there was 2 head guys. There was a guy that was there already who was the tyrant, and then there was Deev now. Who's this Deev guy? Doesn't matter. It's my brother. Like, there's people who had a problem with it. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to worry about it. It's Deev's problem now, But anyways, so we didn't really backfill your story of this, but and I'm sure that if you haven't read the book, people are like, "Who the hell is Daniel? How is this guy in all of this? Like, what is going on here?"
I have some really weird connection to the family, like really weird.
Dude, you have some really weird connections. Like,
I know.
When I look back on it, I feel like it feels like a divine plan. Yes, yeah. So, anyways, we met you and your wife when my mom started working with Daniel's wife. And Daniel became kind of a mentor for us at the time when, we were going through a lot of stuff. And I remember hanging out with you the first time, dude. And I was like, you're telling me about this book idea you had. I was like, oh, dude, this guy's like us. He you were having us do work at your house. We were painting. We were doing painting. And so it was like, oh, dude, I have all these ideas too. Like, me and my brothers.
I got all these ideas too.
Me and Devin, we make movies and stuff all the time growing up. That's what we did. For fun.
That was the best.
We would make movies. We'd make, you name it. We tried to start businesses. So we'd bounce ideas off of Daniel all the time, and then we're calling Daniel all the time. And eventually, I joined the Air Force and Daniel was in the Army. So I leaned on Daniel a lot for that. And, our friendship just kind of grew from a mentorship into a friendship. So throughout all this time of social media, it was like, oh, dude, this is sick. And one thing that Dylan said about you and I, and we've been childhood friends with Dylan forever, but he was like, dude, you guys were the only ones who thought what I was doing was cool.
Dude, and he's not lying about that.
And he's not.
We would get with the buddies, and it would be me and him, and then, all of our other friends like, dude, Dylan's doing his stupid Twitter stuff. Yep. I'm like, you guys have no idea.
Have no idea. No, this is cool. Like, you guys, and that was kind of revealing about a lot of the friends.
Dude. Though. And the best part was when Dylan finally got mega, it was like, dude, how do I join? It was like, why were you not there in the beginning, dude? We all tried to get, dude, we're like, we got it figured out. Dylan's got the way. He knows exactly. He's got the formula to make it work. Yeah. This is it.
He's super smart. He's saying good stuff.
And you guys called him an idiot. And then now that the work has been done, now it's like, dude, can you just retweet me? Dude, that fly.
Yeah. Is there a fly? Yeah,
it's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. But so during that time, I had the same thing with my friends. Not all of them, but some of them were like, just, you could tell they thought it was stupid or silly or like, you guys just making videos. But during that time, I also knew, oh, dude, Daniel's going to think this is cool. I've never shared an idea with that guy and he thought it was stupid. He might say, oh, well, this might be a better idea. But that was it. It was, and that's what I feel like a good friendship is like, you're never tearing someone down, right? You want to share and bounce ideas off, because I always say this, it comes from that South Park documentary. For every good idea, there's 1,000 bad ideas. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have someone to bounce those ideas off of, you're probably not going to find a good idea. Like, if you can't throw, hey, Daniel, listen to this idea, dude. and then I know it's not a good idea though, when when you're just like, what about this? It's like, right. But it was like, okay, we're doing this Twitter thing. Dude, I got to tell Daniel.
It goes in the think tank and it gets washed around, right?
Yeah. Dude, and the think tank is connecting to the the what do they call that when you connect into the
Ideal world.
Well, ideal world, but I can't. This consciousness of everyone.
Yeah.
Because, dude,
It's out there. It's out.
Yes.
It's like our brains are webs.
Yes.
You know, and like it's out something like a god or something threw this idea out there, and our brains are little webs, and who's gonna do something with
Little
it?
antennas. Yep.
Dude, because I had this is not social media, but I always say this one. I had one of the greatest ideas, simplest ideas. It was
go.
It was a screen door with magnets. So you could walk through it and your dogs could run through it and then it would just it would fold back together and magnetize.
We have one of those now.
And it's a thing.
I know, dude. And then like a month later, it was on an infomercial. I was like, damn it. Like, that was it.
Well, I have those all the time too. My idea that I was like a long time ago, what if we took all the happy hours that were out there and we just put them into one place where people could go like, I've only got $5 a day. Oh, this happy hour has this. Like, what if you just had that menu in your town and it exists now?
Yep.
But what were we saying? So my point is though, like, that's what brought us all together. That's what brought us all together, right?
Yeah.
We kind of started hanging out with you. You were mentoring us in a tough time, and we're just like, yeah, dude, this guy's just like us. This guy's just like us in a lot of ways.
There's a lot more to that story.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to that story. Yeah, but
But I feel like it's important to say that just because if anyone doesn't watch the old podcast or Deev channel or that Dan show, they'll be like, who the hell is this guy? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was growing. It was growing for all of us. I mean, even myself.
You were huge too, yeah.
What was weird was no. I'm saying there was a growth of personal growth. Yeah, because this is crazy to say, but you guys are the age I was when I met you guys.
That's actually wild.
That's scary.
That's
really, that's scary.
No, it is scary.
You know.
Yeah, that was.
So think I took on these little freaking runts, you know, like
we were pretty little.
And
I mean,
you were, and you know who it was? Who the catalyst was? It was my wife.
Yeah.
That like she was like, you know, and there was more to the story we're not talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if that's you guys' choice or whatever, and that's
fine.
fine.
You're talking about with our dad?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. No, we could talk about that. And you know, if you read the book, and again, I thought it was important to share the story through the book, but you know, our dad ended up going to prison, and yeah, it was a really, really weird time, man. Like looking back on that, it was a weird, rough time. You know, I think it felt like, you know, when I look back those times, it felt like a haze. It just felt like, dude, I just can't wait to leave this place. You know, that's what it felt like.
Well, part of me, like, leading to this too is like, I was going to talk about this later on, but like 7 years, you know, every 7 years we are a new person.
Yep.
And when I look at my life, dude, here, the deep part here is like, dude, when I really look at it, like, dude, every 7 years has always been different. From really 14 to 21 was my, like, just being an idiot days, so to say. 21 to 28 was finding Uma, getting married, kind of getting my life together. 28 to now has been social media, essentially.
Yeah.
And then, well, now starting a new one.
Well, I think, dude, at least for me during this last, the 7 year period that you talk about, for me at least, it was like a huge growth of faith too.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was the tough part about those previous 7 years. It was like, you know, losing that or being angry with God, right? Like, wow, why did this have to happen or whatever? So for me at least, and I would say, and that's kind of one of the cool parts right now is that we all go to the same church, right? We're still doing this, but it's obviously not the same as what it was when we started.
No.
But it is kind of cool to see how things have changed in that 7 years.
Dude,
good and bad, lots of learning, obviously.
Think about how we've all used each other. I mean, even right now, I go to church at the church. We all go to church together, like you said. But I go there with my family and my children because you started going there, because Deev started going there.
Yeah.
And then you started going there, and you're like, give it a try, Daniel. Just give it a try. You kept telling me to give it a try.
Yeah.
I was already going to a different church, and I was like, holy moly, this is great.
Yeah.
I love that church.
Dude,
and the kids love it.
Yeah, I love that church.
Yeah, and it's such a huge part of life, right? It's a thing that's, it's super important for everyone, I feel like. Yeah, we can talk more about that stuff too. But I wanted to say that about you, Daniel, because it's a important part of Deev's story too.
Dude,
right?
I gotta tell you a story, that like a weird God story too, that on this is that, so I took and this is something that they may not know, but I took your guys' dad's job when he went to prison.
I did know that.
Really?
You didn't know that?
Oh, no. Not when he went to prison.
No, when he left Thief. Sorry,
Yes.
when he left Thief. Yep. When he left Thief, I took your dad's job, and then when I left, I just recently. So then I worked with your aunt.
Yeah.
Right. Like when I was there. While I was there, I didn't know you guys while I was there. While we were living there. And then I met you guys here in Brainerd. Area. Yep. And then we put those pieces together. The guy that left, when I left, the guy that took my job, I just met the other day, and he was telling me the story. I was like, he's my friend Josiah's buddy, right?
Okay.
We were having dinner together, and he's like, oh, I know you. You had, and I'm like, this is crazy. He was telling me a story about his wife. Right now, just got a little bit ago, got diagnosed with cancer. My wife and his wife like have created a friendship, like trying to go through the cancer fight, like all because of that
weaving.
All roads lead to Thief.
All roads, the black hole.
All roads
the
lead
black hole.
All roads lead to Thief.
That's God's country out there.
Dude, it's a wild place up there, but
it's God's country.
Man,
that is wild, dude.
That is wild.
That is.
Yeah. Where were we before that? Because I think we maybe should come back to that for sure. Because I think, especially people who have read the book, they probably want to know more about that. But so we were talking about how you came onto Zeducation.
Yeah.
And that's how. And then at that point, that was when the channel started making real money. And I was like, dude, just come work for me.
And then I remember getting TikTok going because like, dude, screw that. And I'm like, dude, I hated TikTok. I thought it was the dumbest thing.
I hated it.
And then, dude, we built multiple 6-figure following channel, and TikTok just boom, banned. But that was the glory days because, dude, you hit the right time frame. That's what that stupid little don't switch, or it was like a kid holding the light switch. And if you had the right time frame on it and 2 or 3 hashtags, boom, viral, dude. And they had so little employees. It was all computer operated. So you would be able to hit 100,000 views. So freaking easy, dude. So we had it figured out in the beginning, and then it completely changed.
Yeah. Algorithms are always changing. So yeah, you started doing the alternative platforms. I remember you were making clips at that point. And then pretty early on, I was like, dude, I feel like if you did like a Walmart thing, like a Walmart review,
yep,
people would think that's funny. Like, I mean, people have done that, and it is funny. It's hilarious. So like there's a thing, and it's a meme today, the people of Walmart,
Yep.
And then you started doing that. Actually, dude, I should take that back. The first one you ever did was, let me take another step back. You started your channel, and I remember, because you were the first channel I tried to help grow, the deal was that you had to make like 30 videos or 50 videos on your own.
I had to get a little bit of a following. I think you said you wanted me to get to 1,000 followers first. So there's something.
Yes, that's right. Because, that's right. Because you were posting stuff on Reddit and just getting shredded. People were like, dude, get this crap off of here.
Yeah, but I would gain followers, and that was back to when Walmart was still 24/7, and also searching videos was so much different on TikTok. So finally reaction
Producing
content.
videos was way easier, yeah.
Yep.
Way easier.
The best part about Deev's videos, I loved how it was like dark in the background, and his face was like a vintage Phil Collins like video. It was all glowing.
It was, dude, because there's just a black background. Special.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what a reference. It's like a freaking vintage Phil Collins, dude.
I don't know. I feel like nothing really outside the podcast, because that's when things really, like, dude, we were firing on all cylinders, and then things, the podcast is kind of, we got nixed, and then kind of to today.
Just fast forward, kind of to today.
I mean, really, like, it's that's a part that I'm looking forward to, is no social media. I've told you, dude, I'm throwing the phone out.
Yeah.
I already have a plan. So there's a phone you can get that runs off of essentially Wi-Fi, but you can set up your own server in your house.
Oh.
So it runs internet, nothing, and it runs off the satellites, but you can only call and text. And I'll have a work phone for GPS and stuff, but
I always say that about social media. I look forward to that day too. I do. Like, Yeah, I'm not complaining, but it's not
what it used to be.
well, and it's not. I feel like we're very fortunate and blessed to do what we do, so there's no reason to complain. But it is. You hear people talk about burnout with YouTube and stuff, and that's very real. It's not a.
Oh, dude.
But that's one thing I do take pride in our stuff is it's been very consistent for a very long time, and that's not easy to do. So what?
Nothing. I was just over here talking to myself.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
No, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
No. Like 5 minutes ago or like 2 minutes ago.
Dude, I got a TBI. I can't remember. Like, I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Dude, I don't even know, dude.
I don't even know, man.
I don't even know. Well,
no, because I hit mega burnout in like probably about November of last year, dude. It was like I just kept seeing the channel die, and that's your peak time was that October, November, December. And I was like, dude, this sucker ain't coming back, man. And
you're on your channel, yeah.
Man,
your channel was ripping too. It was absolutely ripping.
How long did you try, getting the fire go? How many videos did you put out after that?
Quite a bit. So, because I did a video a day for almost 2 months straight, and then I got really sick. That's what broke it wasn't the flu of 22. It was.
Oh, dude, that sucked.
Yeah, that was a freaking brutal one. But so after all that happened, I went and I did a video a day for almost 2 months, and it was a 90-day challenge. And then I got really sick, and didn't do a video for a few days. And then I was like, okay, all the copyrights they're off my account.
Did you eat the Rolaids?
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry.
I told you,
you gotta tell that story.
Dude, you guys. The best is after I showed you the photo on the package, it says swallow whole.
It really is.
We shared this story on a previous episode in the new podcast. But tell it again for anyone who hasn't heard it, because there was a period, like 2 years ago, year and a half ago, where this guy was really sick.
Dude,
is this the time you're talking?
Dude, honestly,
yeah, he's like,
I know, I really, dude. I thought I did, dude.
I was actually worried about him. I'm like, dude, how's it going? He's like, and I saw him, and his face is just white, and he's like, I swear to you, I swear to you, this is what he goes, I don't know, it's probably cancer or something. Like, in his head, he's like, whatever, dude. It's just like, this is my time.
First time going to the doctor.
Daniel, I'm having a heart attack. Daniel, I'm having a heart attack.
Dude, the best about that one though, dude, I kid you not, I had like 5 Red Bulls that day, and those events, dude, that was a long day. You picked me up, and the sun wasn't even out yet, and you picked me up, and we got back, and it was 11 o'clock, and you want me to lift, we were trying to lift this thing, I was burnt, and I had like 5 Red Bulls to keep me going, and it was the back of the trailer. I just remember putting my hand on there, you're like, dude, we gotta go. I'm like, no, dude. My heart is skipping like I'm freaking having you're not having a heart attack.
Oh my God, dude.
My heart is skipping.
Dude, he for real. I was like, keep working. I was like, you're not having a heart attack.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I've got that same anxiety too. I get that. Like, shit, now I really might be having a heart attack at my age. I'm like, I think I am having a heart attack.
So, we got off track of the Rolade story.
Sorry.
Dude,
where were we?
Perfect. That was perfect.
So
you're really sick. You think you have cancer, and then you go to the doctor for the first time in 4 years, you said.
A long time, dude.
5 years, 10 years?
Dude, it was away from having my kid. I can't tell you the last time I went. I mean, it was probably over 10 years. And working at one, I guess.
When mom planned my annual physical in school.
Dude. And dude, yeah, because I was, dude, I don't even know if I can share that detail because it's just disgusting.
Oh my God. All the stuff you've talked about, and this is the detail? I don't even know what detail you're talking about.
He was sick. Now
it was dude,
something wasn't right in Texas. Something wasn't right in Texas. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
And dude, yeah, because I went in and I'm like, hey, this is happening. Like, and they're like, blood was just coming out of spots they shouldn't have.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And I'm like,
this
is from the Rolaids?
No, this is
why. This is why.
Oh, the original time.
And I was like, so I went in and they did blood tests and they did all this stuff, dude. I had to go back in for another blood test. They're like, oh, you got to come back in. And then I'm like, dude, that's it.
That was it. It was like
they never call you back to go back in.
Yeah, and that's when he said that. That's when he said that to me. He's like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh my They called you back into the doctor?
Because
they called you back in?
They called me
they
back
just
in.
didn't call you and say, hey, dude, you're like, whatever.
We need to run some other blood tests on you.
Oh,
and that's when
no.
that's exactly when I was like, dude, there it is, man.
I would have been freaking out too.
Yeah. And
Dude, I was worried, man. I was actually worried for you.
And this is the best part of why they called me back in, because they took an x-ray and then they wanted another x-ray. So they took it while I was there. And they're like, did you eat a battery or something? And that's why they called me in, is because the x-ray showed a floating disc in my stomach.
Like a perfect circle.
A perfect circle. And so they wanted to do another x-ray and another blood test to see, like, dude, what the hell is this thing? And they're like, do you eat Tums? I'm like, well, yeah. And I was like, I've been doing Rolaids lately, though. And they're like, well, do you chew them? And I was like, well, no, the box says swallow whole. And so, yeah, it wasn't cancer. It wasn't blood test wrong. It was this floating disc that they thought I swallowed a battery. And it was the Rolaid.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, that's like, to me, I mean, I don't know. That's borderline lawsuit. You know, I mean,
because it's big, dude.
It said you showed us. Deev showed us the actual screenshot.
Yeah.
It says swallow whole.
Do not chew.
Do not chew.
Says,
Do not chew. Do not chew. Yes.
Well, was it supposed to be one that like you dissolve in water?
That's a good question.
There.
Dude, maybe that was it.
Well, I feel like if that was the case, it would have dissolved in your stomach acid then.
Yeah.
But how did you swallow that?
It wasn't easy. I mean, I just follow the directions.
That almost gags me right there. That almost gagged me.
Oh my gosh, dude. I don't even know where we were on there. So, well, you know what? I had some questions here from people. A couple here. There's a lot of, people wishing you well. And one of the main questions is, are you going to keep doing videos?
I think at some point, I've been thinking about it. If I do videos, I would really want to turn it into more other things than reaction. So if I did it, I don't expect really to, I don't know, you want to watch it, but it'd be a lot different than what you're seeing now. I always want to do like, can you fix it type thing, but don't have the space. So maybe as we go, but I always want to do fishing, dude. That was one thing. I love fishing videos. I'm not a good fisherman, but dude, those are the videos, dude, I watch, and I could all of a sudden an hour goes by. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
So you're turning old, dude.
Yeah, like Dave Ramsey said, you buy a boat, you start fishing, you gave up on life. That's what he says. But that's not it. Fishing's fun.
Another question: have you ever farted so hard your back cracked?
Oh.
Just kidding, I made that up.
I was like,
that's a stupid joke. Have you though?
No. I've cleared aisles, but never back cracked.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Since we talk about farts and Zeducation, it's grotesque. Don't do that. My favorite Deev story of that is I have to tell it. Yes, the church one. When we were kids, we went to our grandma's church, and literally half the church was one family. They had like 10 kids.
They all played in the band.
They all played in the band. Very nice family. But we would go on Christmas with our grandma. And I was sitting on the far left end of the pew by my grandma, and Deev was on the far right end of the pew. So a church pew is pretty big. Yeah, so there's probably like 10 people in between us. Yeah. And we're sitting there. Literally, this is church service, dude. People are going to be disgusted with you. But we are, and now that I go to church more, I'm disgusted with you. How dare you desecrate the halls? But I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, I smell this smell, and I'm just, what the heck? This is disgusting. In church, like I think someone actually had an accident. And a couple minutes later, I smell it again. And I felt bad saying it, but I go to my grandma, I'm like, Grandma, is that you? And she got really offended, and she's like, what? No. And shame on me. Our grandma would never do that in church. She would never do that in church. A couple minutes later, I kid you not, dude, I hear from like 5 rows back, there's a little kid. Little kid goes, Mommy, what smells? and go to me on the camera. There's people in between me and Deev like this. So I can't see Devin's face. I can't see Devin's face, right? There's heads in between us. I look down the aisle like this. Deev's head pokes out and he goes.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but dude, when I'm talking about farts, dude, my farts for some reason, they're the worst, man. Like, just
this is a serious show, guys. All right, so here's a good one. What's the best pickle brand?
Ooh, that's
it used to be Clausen, but Clausen got bought out, so they're not crispy anymore. So, dude, they're really bad now.
I know. I agree. I was just thinking that. That's weird that you.
So I would say the best, dude, is the O-Snap bag pickles that you get at the gas station because they are crunchy and flavorful. You hate it because, dude, I'd always have them and you could smell them.
Well, that's the problem. Is like you walk in and Deeves for lunch, the guy's eating dill pickle seeds and a freaking mini jar of pickles. Like, oh, there's having sandwich pickles today, or hamburger dills, dude.
That's a pretty healthy option, though.
I mean, it actually is really healthy, besides the salt. But
yeah, well, I'll have a bag of pickles on me out in the Texas heat because for cramps and stuff.
Yeah, I'm right. Electrolytes.
Because, dude, I've been getting healthier, but I was so unhealthy there for a bit. When I would have a banana, I would get sick. Because whenever I ate fruits or vegetables, my body was so not used to healthy food.
What would happen?
Dude, I would just like cramp up and get a really bad stomach ache and
not used to healthy food.
I've gotten better. That was a couple years ago, but
let's see here. What is the thing that scares you the most with the move? What excites you the most? That's a good question. Yeah, like you said, getting deep again. You every 7 years. This is year 7. You guys are literally starting a new chapter.
Yeah.
So what is the worst thing about it, and what's the best thing?
Probably moving away from everyone. We've established a life here, and the nice thing around here, like moving back, like being from here, dude, I got buddies you can go golfing with, you can do everything with, and dude, I hate meeting people. I mean, I should say like I met some people that follow us and everything. And I love meeting people, but not meeting people where I don't know nothing in common. So like meeting people from when I went down to Texas before. Well, we had something in common. It was easy to talk. We all started, like, it was easy. That fluent conversation started so fast.
Yeah.
But when you have to meet somebody in almost a forceful situation, not in a forceful, but like, how's it going?
Like you're hanging out with your wife's friend's husband.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, we got our wives in common. Do you like sports? Nope. Do you like politics? Nope. Okay, this sucks, dude. How are we going to get through this together?
Because I really think when I ever hear someone ask, well, how's work? You turn me off.
Yeah.
I'm at work for 8 hours a day. 10
or what
hours
do you do?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
what
that.
do you do? I hate that. I hate that question.
That.
Yeah, so that part it sounds really bad, but I do love our radio station here. I kind of forgot we were recording for a second.
What the hell is wrong with you, dude?
It just kind of came out.
I'm gonna leave my mark on the mic.
The first interview we ever do just devolves.
Sorry, it happens.
It happens sometimes.
I don't know. I don't know. There's really like just meeting new people is probably going to be the worst.
Yeah,
but it'll be easy though. Like it's not going to be hard, but it's just that transition.
Yeah, and I have some friends that moved from this same place down to Florida recently, and we were talking about that, and he said, if you go to church, you go to the gym, I mean, you're going to meet people. You got to work at it. You got to find new people to meet, but yeah, it'll happen. It's just, it is not always fun. So what is the best part?
No winters, dude. You know me.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the funny part is you guys have been talking about moving for a long time. You guys visited Texas 2 years ago now. Which you have a really funny story about. And I shouldn't say funny. It's a good story about when someone recognized you when you were with Dustin.
Yeah.
I think you were with Dustin, right?
Yeah, at Stockyards. So if you're listening, I will come back and buy more beef jerky. Best beef jerky shop you'll ever go to, dude.
Really?
In the Stockyards, yeah.
And that was it. Where at?
In Dallas.
In Dallas.
Yep.
But yeah, she loved seeing Deev.
Yeah.
Has he ever told you that story?
Really great. Yeah. So we're in the. Have you ever been to the stockyards?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
It's like essentially just I don't even like saying a mall, but lots of stores. And yeah, I walked into the beef jerky store because I'm like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Gonna get some beef jerky, and she's like, wow, like, oh my gosh, and the whole store's like, what is going on? And Dustin's like, yep, like YouTuber. You want me to take a picture?
That's awesome.
I think my son, he bought some beef jerky from that place.
Dude, they have such a selection. I mean, shoot, and then so many animals.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. We'll have to go there when we
You know where's a banger, actually, in Fort Worth? There's a Mexican restaurant. I'll give you the name, like, after we're done. But it's like a whole city block. The Mexican restaurant is. It's right behind the stockyards.
All right.
It's giant, though, man. Like, and it's it's only cash. I sat down with the owner. So the night before, remember when I missed Aaron Judge's home run ball?
Yeah.
It was the night before that. And I had sat there and talked with the owner. The owner said they'd taken $200,000 a week in cash in that place.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, in cash? I was like, how do you guys like not
Dude,
get
you
robbed?
love Mexican
tax
food.
evasion, nice.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, how do you not get robbed? Or
You just love Mexican food, man.
Dude, I love Mexican
Dude, you do.
I
You do.
love it.
Dude, this guy's
I
like
love
best
it.
friends with the guy who owns the place in town.
Yeah, well,
I walk in there and the guy is like, oh, hey, brother, and like, you want to hang out tomorrow? And like showing us all these pictures of the Twins game he went to. I was like,
tequila,
dude,
baby.
I was like, this guy's like, oh yeah, we're friends. I was like,
He comes over and
dude,
like, yeah.
that guy's awesome. He is awesome. And I do
Eduardo.
love that place.
Yeah,
Love
Eduardo.
that place. What were we talking about? Oh, okay. So another best part. Another great thing, and this is something I talk about on Zeducation all the time, and kind of the reason why you guys have talked about moving, why my wife and I have thrown around the idea, is they kind of mentioned this at church last year sometime. I can't even remember. I was probably really close to maybe right after the Charlie Kirk stuff, but something evil feels like it's happening here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
oh,
like,
dude.
It feels like there's, and it's not just this place is a hot spot for obviously political stuff, but cultural stuff as well. Something's not right here in Minnesota. You get outside of Hennepin and Ramsey County, it's not the same as being in the cities, being in Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's a very red place. It's in the rural areas, but even in the rural areas, you see this stuff and you're like, dude, something feels wrong here. Something feels off, and it doesn't feel like there's even a remote chance of it getting back on track.
No.
Right? So it's like, going to a new place, a place like Texas, that's got to feel nice to get out of that, to get out of, the place that you are going to raise your kids in, away from this weird degeneracy, this weird.
Dude, did you guys see? Well, just a quick two things on just politics here in Minnesota. One thing, over the last couple of years, the Family Paid Medical Leave Act that now allows people to take the 12 weeks off.
Yeah, it's way over budget, like way over budget.
Yep, and we saw right when things happened with the ICE stuff, dude. All those people, because the incline of people that took that 12 weeks off, miraculously, it was right at that time. Recently, I also saw part of that, how they want to extend it, is now women in the workplace when it is that time of the month.
They want to do that, yeah.
Yep, it's going
they get leave for that
every 1 week every single month.
Wow.
There's no way that passes. There is no way that passes. But the point of that though is, and why that is relevant, is a person in the Minnesota government pushed that out as an idea, as a bill, and that's being considered. That's a great example, but one of many examples where it's like, hey, this is how you destroy a culture. Like the Minnesota culture in general has been destroyed for quite some time now. But
and I don't think we're even started yet. That's the wild part. I think we're not even at the worst part yet. We're not even close.
Not even close. Not even close. Not even close, man. So, anyways, but to you guys moving, that's got to feel really nice, and I envy you in that.
But no, dude, you guys know our house, man. We keep it 74. I mean, shoot.
This guy's a lizard, man. He actually might be from a different planet.
Yeah, it's 74, even in the summer. It was 76 the other night. I thought it was cold. Like, getting ready to turn the heat on. I don't know why.
Are you cold right now?
Dude, it's chilly in here.
Yeah.
But grandma's over. Jeez Louise. Like, we got to turn this down.
Yeah, you guys are lizards, man.
I would say I got a question.
Yeah, you keep going. You go. Yeah, because you said you had a couple questions.
Yeah,
Go ahead and ask.
I mean, one more question that like concerns me as I mean, just me being me in our relationship, but like, and knowing your past is you're going to Midland with a bunch of roughnecks,
Yeah.
right? Like, and for me, that's concerning. Well, one, like, and I don't know Midland that well. I've driven through it, but other than I've seen on like Netflix or whatever, you know what I mean? But you start getting around with these rednecks or not rednecks, excuse me, roughnecks and things like that. Do you start worrying a little bit about like, hanging out with the wrong crowd or like kind of dropping back in or anything like that?
It's just been so long. Like, dude, I've always said this: when you have a wife, when you have kids, if your life doesn't change when you have kids, I'm sorry, but you're a lost cause, man.
Right.
Like, and I'm sure you've seen that with people.
I will
You've
say
seen that.
I don't agree with that, but I see what you're saying. Like, if that should be what changes you. But if that's not your rock bottom, then you probably got a lot further to go. Sadly,
Okay, maybe not. There is no hope, but dude, that moment of having a kid should really be that moment of like, you can't mess up now. You can't. There is no leeway. This little sucker depends on you. Like, you got to take home the check. You got to feed this, and if you don't do it, it's not like well, your wife is going to go get food. Your spouse will get food or take care of it or do their laundry, whatever. It's like, no, dude, this thing is like...
See, and I totally agree with you, but I feel like if you do have a super bad problem, that could make it way worse because it's not easy, especially going from 0 to 1. I always laugh, and it's like, my wife and I always laugh, like, do you remember when we had just one kid and we thought it was hard? Now we have 3, like... Dude, 1 was so easy. But when you're going from 0 to 1, that is such a huge shift. So if you do have any of those issues, it's like, it might make them quite a bit worse. And it might.
And the terrible part is that's back to when I said that person is blaming everyone else for the problems in their life.
Yeah.
Not taking the responsibility of like, maybe the problems are happening because of me, not because of John at work, not because my kid is crying. Maybe it's because I'm out here boozing or doing whatever. Like I have a very unsympathetic piece to that because you're the only person that can pull yourself out of that. Going to any class, meeting, gone for a month at a treatment facility, that's not going to, if you're the only person that can do it.
But those things can help people though.
They can. They give you the tools to.
Yes, especially, especially from people I've talked to that go to the meetings, sometimes they say that's the only thing that's got them through it, right? Going like, I got to look forward to the next meeting. I got to make it to the next one or whatever. Yeah. So,
well, you meet like-minded people that are going through the same stuff. So you can talk about all your stuff through that. But also, like always, it comes down to you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And that's a tough realization sometimes where, responsibility, right?
Yeah.
It's easier to not do that. It's way easier. And addiction it's a lot deeper than that too. Sometimes just saying, yeah, today's the day, I'm done, it's not as easy as doing that, right? But dude, while we're on that, go ahead.
Okay, because I was going to say this too, but the crowd is rough. Like, that's the great part about the company I'm going to work with is it's very different. I'll tell you a little bit more about it off camera.
Yeah.
But most guys on the rig, there's like a 50-60%, they've worked for the government at a really low wage.
Sure. Well, I think it helps too. I mean, like from what I've heard about your job and that, I feel like your job is going to be, one of the good things is you'll be, you'll be in a silo kind of, with your group.
Yeah.
Right. Versus, and you have a higher, technical job.
And,
right. Like, and I'm not knocking anybody's job down there, but because I'm sure there's some pretty tough jobs down there, but
I think when you're with
got him.
Nice.
Got him.
Did you really?
Yeah.
This is a celebration, everybody. It's a celebration.
I think though, when I like, so, and the different too is like, so, the 2014 boom, the 2012 to roughly 2016, 2017, maybe it was like 2010. That was we're never going to see an oil boom like that ever again. Cause we had the war, we had China, we had oil prices were skyrocketing. It was like the most mega perfect trifecta, and everywhere's industrialized, so we're not going to see that boom. But that brought in a lot of people that they had to hire like right away. I mean, they're booming so much. Like, dude, in Williston, we went to Larry the Cable Guy, and it was like during the peak, and you came over the hill, dude, and I shit you not, as far as the eye could see in every direction was the rigs burning, because the top.
So this is a good time to bring up the people you met while you were in those facilities, because you might come across those people or those kinds of people that have, have gone through some tough stuff, man.
Yeah.
So you always share. There's two characters that you met that I think about quite often. I said his name earlier, but I don't know if he's even still alive. He was a literal gang member.
Yeah,
like a black supremacist gang member, right? I think the some
BGF.
Yes. But you became buddies with him.
Yeah, one of the nicest guys, and that's where I always feel like too. If time and a place, of course, like you can't just walk in and do the Dumb and Dumber. All right, see you later.
Yeah,
But also like I don't know if you go into it, it's kind of really granola hippie talk of like just the vibes you put off, but people can tell if we were in this room and I don't know, you would be able to tell simply that the room energy changed. And I can't stand talking like that, but it is a real thing.
Yeah.
So I think when you go into it and you're, I don't know, I never went in there like terrified or like scared. It's like, dude, I guess it is what it is. Here now, let's make my bed and let's freaking lay in it. But you just got to go into it and just meet the people as they are.
Yeah.
Like the story's probably going to be pretty dang interesting, but doesn't change who they are.
What did you
today.
and Promise talk about?
And
that was his real name?
Yeah. Golly, dude, I can't. It was just more of just shooting the shit.
Did he tell you any like gang stories?
No, we never got into the war stories like that. He kind of told me a little bit, but nothing.
What about the other guy that almost incriminated himself? I love that
guy,
story.
dude. He was one of my favorite guys. One of my favorite characters I met in my life. He was he was such a wild card that they wouldn't even let him be part of the Hells Angels. But the guy was mechanically inclined.
Do you want to say what this facility was, or like you don't have to name it, but what kind of facility?
It was essentially like I don't even know what it was because they did everyone. But so like
it was a rehab facility, right?
It was, but if you were in prison, it was like a halfway home. If you were on good behavior, but people when you go into it, kind of like the military, I think you just kind of I want to do it, and then you don't get a choice where you go. So guys would go out of prison and be like, dude, get me the hell out of here. This is the one place I said I don't want to go. I'll go finish my time because the food was awful, dude. Like it was true slop.
So keep it on the story. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that because people are probably wondering like, what are they talking? Did Deev go to prison? But so this guy he was part of the Hells Angels.
Well, he was too crazy to be a part of, but yes.
Okay. And you guys were playing cards one day? I want you to tell the story.
So how I met the guy is I was like, dude, who the hell is jamming Pink Floyd? And
I was too...
and I go downstairs and it's the Animal CD and like Pigs is one of my favorite songs. He's like, ha ha, Sherrod, you are. And I'm just like, nice, man. I was like, dude, this is like my favorite song. And then we just started talking and like, oh, where are you from? Live right behind Cub Foods in Brainerd. I was like, no way, dude. I was like, I know that area pretty well. I was like, I'm from there myself. So we just started talking and he would always watch us play cards, but you could tell, dude, like, I was like, don't mess with the old Glenn, dude. But great guy. I don't know. That guy, met him afterwards and I won't really tell that story, but okay. Just a character, man.
Okay. Well,
great guy though. I think truly just a heart of gold.
That's why I feel like you won't have a problem down there at all. Meeting people. And you guys have family down there too. So I wanted to read this comment too. Smarter of the brothers, it seems. You can do your work anywhere. Why continue to fund the destruction of your home state? Not trying to be disrespectful, just really hate the stuff coming out of there. And I would agree with you, man. Trust me, this is a topic of conversation with many people in this area. Not just us. All three of us. Deev's actually doing it, obviously. But people that live here don't like what's happening. And again, I'm not trying to blackpill, but it just doesn't seem like politics has even remote chance of changing it.
No.
There's the voting. It's just not going to change, sadly.
I'm surprised you went. I really am. I'm surprised you went because I thought I was going to be the one that gone.
I thought you guys were going to leave too.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I thought it was going to be like, we were 90% sure we were going. And it just literally you turned on us. I'm not saying it still wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
It just, the landing wasn't right now.
Well, dude, so I mean, I'm not lying when I say this, because you hear people say the job market's bad, and I was like middle management. So during tough times like this, there is no middle management. I mean, so before YouTube, that was what I did, was middle management, and I've applied, dude, I would say 550 to 600 applications. Jeez. And they're nothing wild, nothing like
how many interviews?
Outside of insurance companies wanted me to start my own insurance stuff. 3.
Oh my gosh, that is spooky.
Well, I don't know if you said this or my wife, but one of the things that I heard, and maybe you did say this, when a job is posted, people have AI automatically apply to it.
Yes.
So that's making it even harder for people to get jobs. Is like, you have these recruiters and these hiring managers that are sifting through,
just getting saturated,
thousands of yes, and they can't. They don't know. It's impossible to go through that many applications.
Yep.
So to make yourself stand out, I mean, you got to get really lucky.
You do, and that's where that's with this job now is like. Luckily, it helped out because somewhat. Not knew the guy, but there was a connection, and that's what people say is like it's matters somewhat of who you know, obviously who you are. I mean, I still had to go in and prove myself, but as soon as he was like, dude, when could you get down here? And I was like, dude, I'll be down there. And if it was my wife's choice, we would have picked up our youngest kid from daycare and would left that day.
Yeah, it obviously helps always getting somebody to give you a look, right?
Yeah,
at least getting you in the door to give you a look, or letting you know a job exists.
And dude, you know what the worst is, man? This is the worst part of any job interview is that BS format. You're hiring out there. Stop doing this. Tell me about a difficult time at work and how did you resolve it? Nobody cares. That doesn't reflect the job at all, dude. It is the crappiest. So when I went to this place and it was like, yeah, dude, we're going to go to Cracker Barrel and, we're going to hang out and just see what you do. Awesome. Like, that is what I've been waiting for, man. Not that crappy interview style of just like.
Well, it was funny because you said you dropped I held the flashlight for my dad joke.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, hell yeah. That's funny. Dude, you got any more questions? You got any more good questions?
I?
Yeah. Because I don't want to miss anything here.
I think off camera, I got a couple questions. Just like I got a personal note, just whatever. But no, I'm just happy for you. Sincerely, I truly am happy for you. It's scary, but I'd still like to see you doing, keep grinding on your channel. And I think that, like, for me, I really, on this YouTube stuff, because I was doing that Dan show, and sorry, I'm people are gonna yell at me about this right here. I've train wrecked the flipping and flopping.
Whatever, dude. Practice.
But after doing that Dan show, and then it just completely crappie flopping. I mean, I put in a lot of time doing that. And
sorry, I'll let you finish, but sorry to interrupt.
But I would say at the end of it, like I did make memories, and I had a lot of good conversations. I had some good trips, and I look back and I'm like, man, it's all like kind of video logged, anyways. All that experience and that. So it's just like whatever you do, just make it worth it.
Yeah,
just make it worth it for you, and not for anybody else, because it's really if it's not self-fulfilling, then. I don't know. Is it going to be successful?
And God fulfilling, right? Too, right?
And God fulfilling. God, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
very, very true.
On that, I wanted to say you told me something funny about that on Friday. He's getting garnished.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. They're giving the state, or they if I don't, what I have to,
like $200 or something.
It's $200. Yeah, it's $200.
He didn't claim taxes on $200, and they're garnishing it from him.
That is unreal.
$200. Yeah, $200.
Claim sovereign citizen, man.
I'm like, are you shitting me? You know what? I have like $50,000 into equipment around here. And I made $200. I made $200 on YouTube.
That is unbelievable.
Garnished. Yeah.
No, it'll be nice. So, dude, I haven't worked with just guys. There's a different atmosphere from the hospital, the nursing home, where it's all women. No offense yet out there, but it's like, dude, I'd be minding my own business. I'm in maintenance, doing maintenance, and all of a sudden there's a nursing issue, and I'm getting drug into freaking HR and meetings for 3 days. It's like, what? You're wasting my time now.
The one thing that I liked about working with just guys versus women as well, and again, it's just the reality is, you don't have to be filtered. Like,
yes.
depending on it, you might have a loser with you, right? That rats to the boss. But you can be unfiltered and not worry about what you say. You could say dirty stuff and stupid stuff because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like if you go into any guy's chat, there's going to be stuff in there that will get them fired from their jobs. 1010%. Like you say the worst things possible to your friends. Maybe not your coworkers, but when you're with a group of guys, you talk differently.
Oh, dude, oh, the roughneck world they did.
Oh, yeah.
You were in the military. Daniel's in the military. I was in the military.
Yeah.
Like it's different.
Having no guardrails, like you have to put your guardrails up when you're working around certain people, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
there, you're just kind of like, I mean, I'm not saying there, but I mean, a lot of times that's one of the benefits to me working with the guys.
Yeah.
Is you can let a lot of those guardrails down where, I mean, people
And
know
guys
you're
forget
joking.
things,
It's
dude.
not-
Right.
Most guys forget things. Like we have a bad day today. All right, we got the work done, but tomorrow, you know what? It's not going to be held over your head.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, dude, I'm excited for it too. It is bittersweet. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that you're leaving, man, but
that'll happen.
that'll happen, dude. That'll happen. No, and
I'll take that job. I'll go down there. I'll do that.
Dude,
dude, I'll do it too. Get us both jobs. Get us both jobs down there. We'll keep doing Sunday's education videos to keep it on. But
I want to ride it with a 50 caliber on the back of the truck.
they'd allow it, dude. Probably they would.
dude, that's the best part, man. You get to go to Texas. I love Texas. I freaking love Texas, dude. I love the culture in Texas. It's just people are proud to be Texan. They're proud to be American. There's no income taxes.
Yeah.
You just buy a gun. You know, here in Minnesota, I want to buy a gun here, but I have to go to the sheriff's department and get a permit to purchase. You know, it's like 10% taxes, freaking payroll tax going up. Yeah. Pets' heads falling off.
It seems like every time I see automatic video, like people shooting automatics, they're in Texas.
Texas,
like
dude.
guns, like just
Yeah, it's
here in Minnesota, ain't no chance.
Ripping a pile of boars with a fully automatic machine gun out of the back of a pickup.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, do you got anything left to say, Deev? You got any? Like I said, hopefully in the future we'll have Deev back on at some point. But yeah, he's leaving, man. Anything as far as YouTube, the book, podcast, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'll try and do it longer than everyone have a good weekend. But yeah, appreciate everyone just tuning into the channel over the years. I'll come back with something eventually here, and I appreciate just the comments. Time spent, that dude, so many hours. I mean, between your channel, my channel, I can't imagine the podcast, the amount of time people have invested into our content.
Oh man, it's amazing. It really is. Like, yeah,
it is.
Thank you guys. It's just we've literally been living a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really appreciate that. I always appreciate the messages. Instagram, go ahead, message on there. If anyone's out in West Texas, let me know. I'm pretty open. Like, but yeah, shoot, it ain't the end. It's just the next chapter.
Life's a garden, dig it.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's it. That's we'll send Deev on his way. I'll get this posted here at some point, and I'm hoping to do more of these types of things. And when Deev comes back, we'll do another interview, and we'll if you guys like this type of content here on Zeducation, we'll keep on doing interview stuff. So that's it for today's show. I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Education.
Let's go to a black screen.
Thank you guys for watching today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think about this style of content. Do you want to see some more interview type shows like this on the main channel? Let me know in the comments. Once again, send Deev some love. Send him some prayers. We're all excited for him. Sad to see him go, but he'll be back. That's it for today's show. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Education.
For the children.
Idiots.